Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down, but it's loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. We got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to the Blerd Awards of 2023, the final Blerd Cave stream of the year. Even though technically we're not listening as a Blerd Cave, but yeah, that's another story altogether. But that doesn't change the fact that you'll be able to listen to this show on not just YouTube, not just on the VOD here, but also on Google, on Spotify, on Amazon, on iHeartRadio. Pretty much anywhere good podcasts may be found. And if you do, make sure you leave a rating because it helps us find more listeners like you. That said, man, Carter, we got us a lot. We got us a lot to get into. We got a lot. It's a good amount, but you know,
it's award season is what it is. It's award season. That's why I'm dressed to the nines. Y'all missed the whole red carpet because the carpet, it wasn't red. It was.
I don't even have carpet, so
there you go. This is hardwood.
Oh yeah. This is
It's hardwood floor.
I can't stop on having these shoes on.
Somebody up downstairs. We ain't gonna talk about that.
This motherfucker. But no, this is gonna be a gala affair, and it is also gonna be for those who are new, if you are unfamiliar with the Blerd Awards, it's something we've actually been doing for the past, I guess, a couple of years. I want to say the past couple of years, and it's basically our award ceremony where we honor the comics, the creators, the imprints, the characters, pretty much everything. And we also honor me muting my phone because I thought I did earlier, but
and we're actually going to be really nice because just per Ernie guest appearing on another stream yesterday, he doesn't like just being an asshole to being an asshole just for the sake of being an asshole. If he doesn't enjoy something, it's called constructive criticism. So with that being the case, there will not be a golden hitch this year.
We'll do it next year.
I was told to behave myself this year.
Well, I didn't really go into it because I didn't want to give the game away. We're actually going to do an episode at the start of the year. The next Blerd Cave will actually be.
Oh, that would be nasty. That would be gangster, but it would be nasty. Like,
we're gonna.
Oh, that's high key worse.
it actually is. Well, I tell you what, but it's not going to be mean spirited. It's not something I want to be mean spirited. It's going to be like it. Honestly, I kind of want to frame it around constructive criticism.
Zeb Wells,
He is already angling. This man is already angling to tear this man a new one. I hate it here. This man said, look, I'm already looking. He's like, I'm ready. I'm going to get his ass. He said, I'm going to get that motherfucker.
Boy, I will be taking offers as well. If any of you lovely listeners, all you lovely audiophiles who listen on Spotify and what have you, all of our YouTube viewership who watches this when it's live, I am taking recommendations on what needs to be said to good old Zeb Wells. Now that I know that I can just unload the clip real quick. Please email
this
me.
man,
Please,
this man said he gonna unload the clip. Look. Here's the thing. Here is what it will not be. Here's what it will not be. I just want to make sure I say this because I know for a fact. Some people will think it's going to be this. It's not going to be like. Well, I haven't watched the Razzies in a while, but I always felt the Razzies were kind of mean spirited. About the whole thing. It is funny? What was that?
With you saying that, I remember when they gave Halle Berry one for Catwoman.
Yeah, she showed up.
She showed up, but was all smiles and all laughs, and she was in on it. She's in on the joke with it. I thought that was a really gangster way to handle that. She's the only person I've seen, and of course, it took a black person to handle it in stride.
Right.
I did like the way that Halle Berry took it. She was laughing right along with everybody else. It was great. It was great.
Oh yeah. No, I remember she took that shit with a lot of grace. She took that shit with a lot of grace. But that's kind of the spirit of this. Like, it's not good. Not this, but
of course,
the one we do
this
next.
Is a celebration. This is
a celebration. And the other one is not so much a celebration. It's just more of a, hey, here's where we can do better. And the reason why I haven't even really talked a great deal about any of them, just because for one, there wasn't really a whole heap of a lot to say, but it is going to be, or at least if it goes the way I want it to go, it's not going to be like, ha ha ha, you people suck. It's going to be more just like a, hey, be better.
I need you to stay after class. That's
basically, yeah. It'd be like,
after class. I need to talk to you.
It's like, look, man, why you make me do this?
You got that.
Let's see here. Where is my? Ain't this about a bitch?
What'd you do?
No, I'm looking at my. Hold up, man. See, this is
you did something.
No, it is so there's supposed to be a new chat thing that is running.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not running. I'm trying to figure out why it is not running. Like, it is supposed to be active, but for whatever reason, it is not active.
Right.
Carrie, I tell you what, you take the con for a little bit, and
oh my god, could you imagine there was a Blerd Cave con? I could not handle all that pressure. X-Triv, Blerd Club Silver, 40 months, MOMF''S. Happy New Year, Blerd Cola. That's how the New Yorker said months. That has always irked me every time I hear it. Peace and blessings. Thank you, X-Triv, for enjoying the Blerd Without Fear and tolerating yours truly for another year. I appreciate you. Thank you. I also saw where is that sister at? Dalzell K. Williams saying, good afternoon to my wonderful Blerd Cola family. I pray everyone has a happy new year full of love and laughter. I'm gonna tell you, like I told somebody else, my new year is going to consist of a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of softcore nudity. So yeah, my new year is gonna be a blast.
Oh my god.
Carter Presents got his suit and tie all black at the white shows. All white at the black shows. Y2 Noob. I felt like this was an award ceremony, so we got to be dressed. Now some of us didn't, read the memo because there was no memo.
There was no memo.
There was no memo. This was some spur of the moment shit, and then we was like, damn. Now I feel nasty.
I was like, man, my man, I thought I was being slick by putting on the new Venom shirt. I thought I was like, man.
I'm gonna tell you what make it even worse.
Oh god.
Ernie had on that shirt, right? Mm-hmm. I had on the normal shirt, the normal shit you always see Carter in. That's how y'all asses can spot me in LA comic shops, because I wear the same shit. I'm always Johnny Cash. I am always the man in black. I am still the man in black, but I had on a black shirt and some sweats. So when Ernie came back just to see this ensemble, it kind of caught him off guard because he didn't notice it at first.
No, I did. It took me a minute. Like, it actually.
He went to check on his baby, and in the 5 minutes it took for him to come back,
bruh, I was legitimately thrown, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what is happening here? I was like, I feel like I feel as though I were not prepared. No, okay, so just to give everybody real quick, yes, we are actually dual streaming right now. This is actually going not just to YouTube, it's also going to Twitch. And I will say that for those of you who want to check, I mean, it's not going to be any different. It's going to be being honest with you, but for those of you, I know I see Bill's over there on Twitch, Super Mexican Bros, Connor Hawk over here. I see y'all out here. I see y'all over there. Connor Hawk, first time over there on the Twitch side. But yeah, no, the idea, and this was actually something that kind of came up thanks to Robo from over on the Nerds of Culture side of thing, because he actually, we wanted to do Nerds of Culture. Robo knew that I was, and Carter knew this too, technically, so I've talked about this with him as well. For a while, I've been musing the possibility of dual streaming the Blerd Cave, or not even just dual streaming, but just streaming it to multiple platforms. But the only reason I ever did is because the ways that people normally do this shit, they usually want you to pay them money. Like you have to like have a subscription to like Restream or some of the other myriad number of multi-streaming services. But Robo put me on game the other day that there was a OBS plugin that lets you do that shit for free. So here we are.
You said Carter is going to the paint. I hate you all.
Oh, dude, you know what? I was just sitting here.
I'm going to the paint.
Oh, and you know the fucked up part is, it took me a minute to be like, oh.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, Rajah Harris, you fucking degenerate. I have learned from many a mistake of wearing all black when going to, we just gonna use the pink as a universal term. I have learned my lesson from wearing all black at those establishments. No.
That man said no. We don't do that. We
don't do that no more.
We do not do that.
We have learned. We have learned.
Let me see here. I'm just double checking some shit because I just want to make sure that.
That boy said Carter rocking the Axel Foley glasses. Have you seen the trailer to that new Beverly Hills Cop? What you think?
I did. I'm interested. It's one of those, I'm not gonna lie, for me, it's one of those too little too late. But like, I'm still gonna watch it. Like, I'm still gonna like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't give a fuck about Beverly Hills Cop no more. Dude, Beverly Hills Cop was one of the first like adult, like, you know, like for grown-ups only movies I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember the show. I didn't even realize there was a show, and apparently that show did not last long. That show was Smooth Brain.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that shit. It was not good. It was not
Pretty
good.
Lane saying, Carter, please stream on YouTube. What y'all want me to stream, man? What y'all want me? Like, I'm trying to multi-stream what?
Multi-streaming with an asterisk. That's what the super Mexican bros.
Oh wow.
I mean, no lie, that is kind of what it is. But yeah, it's doing some weird shit, and I can't. Basically, the plan was to be able to have the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. Like, the plan was to have it all in one solid space.
Yeah.
And it is not doing what I'm asking it to do. So yeah, it's not like it's actually for what this is something I'll have to troubleshoot later, but just know I will be monitoring both chats. I'm not going to be able and sadly I'm not going to be able to highlight any chat right now for the Twitch side of things. I apologize, but just know it's something that I will be working on as we go. I don't expect to fit. I honestly don't even expect to fix it. It'll probably be something that'll be like the next stream will I'll be able to do it. But like on paper, what it was supposed to do is that it was supposed to put the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat all together in one spot so that I can see it, and that the same stuff I normally do, where like case in point.
Ooh, I'm a mod in here. So this comment about, and we get to see Carter's dad again, Eddie Murphy. I can ban you. Sweet.
Nah, don't ban him.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to behave myself. I'm going to read this $10 super chat from RZerox21 saying, I saw the stream you were in last night and mentioned Rurouni Kenshin. How do you feel that the dub voice actors are donating their earnings on the reboot anime to a charity that is fighting child trafficking?
I think that's the way forward.
That's fire. That's fire.
I think I legitimately think that that is how you combat that. In my opinion, personally, I don't a lot like and the thing is a lot of people who and here let me make sure I because I want to make sure I pull this up because put some respect on it. But yeah, that's one of those, and I've talked to this before. I tell people all the time, if you love enough shit, you're gonna come across some shit that like you love, and I promise you, love enough shit, you will eventually realize you like something that has problematic origins or has problematic shit going on behind the scene. If you love anime, I promise you, you like something problematic. Just because of the fact that the anime and manga industry is notoriously a terrible work environment. Like I think what was it? Yeah, it was actually brought up on the Nerds of Culture stream. The fact that what was it, Hunter x Hunter? That manga, the creator of it literally had to take a break because it was literally killing him, trying to like the way he had to keep up with deadlines and stuff like that. It was literally killing him. The mangaka are notoriously underpaid for the work that they do. Animators notoriously underpaid and overworked, same as mangaka. And yet no one really talks about it. Like most of the people I know that love anime and love manga, they rarely, if ever, bring it up. Not saying this makes them terrible people, but just like, I feel like it's things that people don't normally know. And like, honestly, I think the anime manga industry is worse on its workers than even the American comics industry, which is impressive feat to say the least. But that is, yeah. No, yeah. But as far as the Rurouni Kenshin stuff goes, yeah, I think that is honestly the best possible outcome you could give for any of that.
And it's a very nice gesture, all in all.
Yeah,
we got another super chat here from Levester the Samurai, giving us
9 super chat.
I had the volume low. Don't worry about it. Shut up. Carter Blerd, I appreciate both of you for the laughs, entertainment, and insights on our geeky culture. Have a happy new year to both and all of Blerd Coa. May 2024 be even my prosper. I think he meant be even more prosperous. I feel the sentiment. I feel it.
I mean, honestly, I'll be real with you. Autocorrect is my nemesis, so I understand.
Yeah.
Autocorrect has fucked me up a few times. There's a reason why I am so meticulous about going back and reading things that I have like said to people in text messages. Yeah. It'd be like, ooh, shit, I probably said that wrong. Let me go back and look. Also, shout out to Extra for the Happy New Year, Blerd Coa, peace and blessings. 40 months in the Blerd Club Silvermine. God damn. Also, we got Urban Prince redeemed a posture check over on the Twitch side thing. So let me do a little. Technically, it's a stretch, but I'm making sure that I'm sitting upright because I do have notoriously bad posture. Let's see. We also got some hydration. Actually, this water is a little old, but it's not the freshest water. Not the freshest water. I need to refresh the water, but that's okay. We also got a we got Elite X1. He did a highlight chat, said chat merger. It's getting worked on. It's getting worked on. There's gonna be the way that this is supposed to work. The way it's supposed to work is if I can get it working right, it's supposed to put everybody's chat in one place and show me where the chat is coming from. And I would be able to highlight the chat no differently than I do on YouTube, but it would all be in one place. So it would make it like way more simple. I'll have to get with Robo later and see what he did that what he did differently that I am doing wrong. Because we didn't really talk about it after he had he had to go hang with the Mrs. After his stream, so I didn't really get to chit chat with him much about how he had it set up.
SpaghettiOs.
Fearless
Mo has dropped a bomb. We ain't even been up long. $100 super chat from Gearless Motor. I work for a Japanese company that's their salary man / work culture. It's toxic, and the Japanese team continues to try to force the U.S. employees to work as the Japanese teams do. I'm like, no. But Happy New Year. Look forward to 2024, and my best to you all. Thank you. Can I just say, like, salary man sounds very mobbish.
Okay, so so the term salary man, it's something I'm actually pretty familiar with. I remember there was a movie that actually came out of Japan that was literally about being a salary man. And this was like some years ago, but it was the first time I actually heard the terminology before. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, it's shitty. It is so shitty. A lot of people like, for as much as, you know, we as Americans, you know, people who love Japanese culture, Japanese entertainment, a lot of times we tend to overlook some of the things about Japan that just don't work. And that's one of them. Because I remember, dude, I got my shit cooked on Twitter the other day because, like, I made a comment in passing that I was like, oh yeah, Godzilla -1. I was like, it did more with $15 million than most American movies do with like $100+ million budgets, and everybody came. It was because they don't pay their workers, and I was like, I am learning this now, but I was like, I said, but my sentiment remains the same. You can do both at the same time. Like, you can still, okay, yeah, you can make a movie that costs $15 million, and then you could also spend $15 million to pay all the people who work for you, because I guarantee you that would probably address half your problem. But that's neither here nor there. Hold on, I'm getting a summons.
Yeah, I think I just got one too with Discord.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know where. Well, you know what it is? It's sad because I don't know where it is. Never mind. Yeah. I see where it is. Elite X1. He hit me. But I'll deal with that while we deal with these awards.
Yes.
So that way we can get, because he sent me a thing that basically shows you how to like get it set up.
Yeah.
So here it is. Let's get into the Blerd Awards of 2023. So we're gonna start off. As you see, I forgot to change the thing earlier, but as you will see, we're gonna start off with best superhero comic solo series, and just to give a little brief, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, just to give like kind of just a brief summation, just in case anyone's like, well, what is, you know, if no one recognizes what all this entails. So basically, yeah, this is like, for those that, and also those who are unfamiliar, I am separating some things because I want to give more opportunities to more categories. So superhero comics have been kind of separated the past two Blerd Awards from like just general comics, because yeah, otherwise no one would get anything. But yeah, it's best superhero comic solo series. So this is when I say solo, I legitimately mean a comic that is not a team book. It's not a team book. It is legitimately just a comic focus on a single solo solitary person. My pick for this year, the recipient of my award is going to be Blade.
Okay.
I pick Blade, which for those unfamiliar, this is the series that started this year by Brian Hill, Elena Casagrande, Valentina Pinti, Lee Ferguson, and KJ Diaz over at Marvel Comics. This series has been pretty goddamn amazing. Even with the sixth issue rather, that, well, technically didn't have a whole lot going on in it, was still pretty good. It just everything else was just so fire before it that it was just like, oh, okay, all right. Well, but yeah, this book has been great. This has reinvigorated my love for Blade. I never hated Blade, but Blade has never been like my favorite character, because I mean, he's not the most nuanced character. But Blade under Brian Hill, he's been able to figure out a way to write Blade to keep him interesting, but also not try and tell you too much about him. Blade is less is more, which I feel is the best way to write Blade, and has always been the best way to write Blade. Don't have him pontificating for hours on end in a comic. Let him be succinct and to the point. He's up against a threat that he cannot possibly handle, and yet he has to deal with it. And it's actually kind of his fault, but that's another story altogether. But I love this book. And Carter, you got any? You have?
I like that pick. I really like that pick, man. And I like how he's almost he's almost a movie Blade in some instances with just how he acts and some of his responses. Hey, what's tequila? It's water for grown folks. Like I always go back to, you know, that back and forth with that character. But I'm really enjoying this. I have been keeping track of this book just to see if Brian Hill can beat the record, because I actually did some research, and the longest Blade series went 12. And he's halfway there. So I actually want to see if he'll be able to get past that point, or see where we get a cutoff, because he is still going to be doing the Black Panther series for the Ultimate Universe. But Blade,
you know,
all in all, Blade has been really good. Again, like you said, with the exception of maybe one issue, but other than that, that series has been great. So yeah, I like that pick, man.
Oh, there you go. So our next one is going to be best. Here, let me do this. Our next one, best team on or ensemble comic series. Now, this is one where we're actually talking about team books, groups, comics that have more than one, like lead. Like it should be self-explanatory at that point. But this one was a no-brainer for me. Well, technically it wasn't a no-brainer, but it was still a tough call because there were a lot of good team books came out this year, as there were a lot of good solos. Just for clarification's sake, Moon Knight was really close to getting Blade's spot, but Blade has just been that good coming straight out of the gate, which is impressive because Moon Knight was great coming straight out of the gate. It's going to be X-Men Red by Al Ewing, Stefano Caselli, Yildiray Chinar. Let's see. I want to make sure I get. I put respect on everybody's names here. Giacomo Camagni, Federico Blee, and VC's Ariana Mayer. This is the best X book for me. I'm sorry, hands down. This book has just been lights out from the word go, from 2022 all the way to its finale in 2023. It's tough to beat. Immortal X-Men's been great. X-Force has been great. A lot of other comics have been great. And I've read a lot of other books that had ensemble casts that were really damn good too. I've been enjoying Jed MacKay's Avengers. I have been enjoying the Titans series over at DC. I've been enjoying Birds of Prey, but this was the one. This was the one. Like no one has been as light. None of these books have been as lights out, I feel, as what was done here with X-Men Red. Carter, you got one?
Yes. So I'm going to actually be picking an Image title.
Ooh.
And much to the chagrin of the illustrious Blerd Without Fear, my best team ensemble comic series is going to be The Scorched.
Oh, man.
The Spawn team-up book is actually being written by John Layman with art by Steven Segovia. This just proves when... what'd you forget?
No, I was looking for it. I actually had an image for it, but apparently I do not.
You see how he does me? I because it's Spawn, now he can't find it. You see what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Y'all see how
oh, wait, never mind. It just, you know what it was? It
What?
just was in a weird spot. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
Yeah,
Carry on.
This shows when Todd McFarlane wanted to branch out the Spawn universe and put it in different books. So now you got King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, you have Spawn proper, and then you also have this team book with The Scorched. it's been hidden for 24 issues now. There hasn't been a bad issue in the bunch. It's a team book where they're doing their own thing, and they don't really want to be a team for a while there, but the one thing they all have in common is that they all fucking hate their illustrious leader in Spawn. So it's looking like it's about to turn into She-Spawn, Jessica Priest being the leader of the team, but just the overall dynamic of everybody in that book. And there are going to be some people that you don't see that are also on the team, where you have the Redeemer, where you have Haunt pop up. I don't know how many people just begging for fucking Haunt, but he's really been good with what he's been doing in this book. This has just been a really, really fun Spawn team book where you wouldn't think that something like that would work. But yeah, John Layman and Steven Segovia, they've been hitting on every issue that they've been on. So yeah, this has been a great team book. If you're somebody who was kind of like Ernie in where you kind of wanted to step away from the Spawn stuff for a little bit because it was becoming a bit much, I think the Scorch. I think you will absolutely be surprised by reading the Scorch.
Super Mexican Bros. I hate that shit so much I got rid of it. Full disclosure, I don't hate the Scorched. I don't hate it. I haven't read all of it. I'm not current on the Scorched, but it is actually the book I've had my eye on the most, or not the most, because you'll see why.
And Elite X1 on Twitch chat, he basically just hit the nail on the head. The Scorched is something that should not work.
No,
it does. And I don't want to say that it's because Todd McFarlane doesn't have fucking hands on it, but I will just say this is the Scorched is my Blerd Award 2023 for best team book, and when have I steered you all wrong? So yeah, I think this was a real good one. This was a real good one.
Let's go to our next one. Our next one is going to be best fantasy comic series, and man, I have a hard time with this. I think you and I talked about this. We both kind of struggled with this one a little bit, but it came down to one thing for me and one thing only, just because I realized how much I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's Gargoyles. Gargoyles it's the one. It's the one to beat for me right now. There were some other picks that could have gone a different way. And anyone who thinks that this shouldn't count as fantasy, well, let me remind you, the Gargoyles come from a time where superstition and the sword ruled. So there you go. Let's just keep it real. But yeah, I picked Gargoyles, this series, which, by the way, by original Gargoyles creator and showrunner Greg Wiseman, with art and color by George Campedeas. This book I will actually, to echo the Scorched and the Elite X1 sentiment on that, I feel like Gargoyle shouldn't work. It shouldn't. On paper, it really should not work. And yet it does. It does. Like it picks up as if nothing ever changed, or if there wasn't like a literal multiple presidencies between now and the last time we had Gargoyles, in any capacity. And the characters act exactly how you would imagine. Like Goliath is still Goliath. Even though he's grown and experienced so much, Brooklyn has become a whole while still being Brooklyn is like a much more mature character. It has grown a lot. All of the Gargoyles really have kind of they're still them. They're still the characters you remember from the animated series, but they've grown so much that you're like, this makes sense. There's no decision that has been made with this comic where I go, nah, that's not how that, I don't think that's how that would play. No, it's no, this makes sense. Xanatos, where Xanatos is right now in the comic, you're like, huh, okay, this is based on where the animated series leaves off, where the original comics leave off. So yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, I love this series. It's great. It's fantastic. And I highly recommend. I recommend it to anyone if you're even like the most passing fan of gargoyles. This is you are doing yourself a disservice by not reading this book. Also, Dynamite. It proves Dynamite is more than just TNA comics.
Yeah. So with me, my pick for best fantasy comic series is gonna be Dark Knights of Steel.
Ooh.
Just like Gargoyles, just like the Scorched. For all intents and purposes, I didn't think this book would fucking work.
Wait, DC Comics by way of Game of Thrones.
King Arthur's Court,
Mm-hmm.
the DC edition, I did not think would work as well as it did, where I was getting mad with some delays that I felt were happening with that book. There probably weren't even delays. It was just coming out when it came out.
When it was ready.
Didn't keep up with it. Yeah. So I just didn't know the damn schedule. So I just assumed those were the fucking delays. So what?
Can I point something out? Something I never paid attention to.
What's that?
So, Once and Future, one of my personal favorite comics of all time, and personal favorite fantasy comic.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting sometimes that Dan Moore does the covers for these. Because Dan Moore was the artist for Once and Future. So he just slid that shit out. He's like, well, let me just slide this Once and Future over to DC Comics.
But yeah, dude, this was something that for sure should not have worked with. Think any kind of King Arthur, Arthur of the Round Table, Excalibur, a Knight's Tale, if you really want to go that route. But just the different character dynamics and just the different, like the way they were able to combine and merge characters into other characters or make you think that this was going to be a character, and to keep it with that fantasy setting. It was really, really well thought out for 12 issues. And that's something is actually on my list to get, because DC actually did a really good thing, Ernie. They did it like they did Human Target. They released it in 2 separate volumes, but they're both hardcovers. So I don't have to have I don't have to have any trades. So that's something that is on my list to get. But yeah, man, this was again, this should not work, but when you read that first issue, it's going to grab you. Tom Taylor did a phenomenal job with this book. I hate that it ended, but at the same time, I'm not, because if this is where they leave it. Nothing else. They did a one-shot thing for it, I believe. To kind of to flesh out things even more. But if they just want to leave Dark Knights of Steel just to be a thing that happened that was 12 issues, you can absolutely do that, and you will not be disappointed if you read it. So yeah, great fantasy series. Great all around.
I like it. I was gonna say real quick too, because I saw that Rough Rider over in the Twitch side asked if there was like a trade for Gargoyles. I believe there is. I believe there might be. There might be 2, but I know for a fact there's at least 1. Something you brought up with the with Dynamite Comics, because we were both talking about how we kind of struggled with the fantasy selection. Elite X1 brought up that Dynamite Comics has been doing great with their Disney adaptations.
The licensed stuff,
Which no, that is 1,000% true. Absolutely. In every way. Like, I don't care whether it's Maleficent or Scar, it does not matter. Like, Dynamite's one of those imprints I feel like is kind of making a comeback. Like, I feel like it's making the comeback that everyone thought Valiant was going to make. Dynamite's slowly becoming that imprint. That was mean. That was kind of mean. It actually was.
That was mean.
That was very mean. I apologize. I don't mean any shade, or maybe I do. I don't know. I don't hate Valiant. It's just that Valiant doesn't pop off to me like it should, like for the types of books that they got. Yeah. Wait, look. He's like, you ain't gonna talk no more shit about my babies. Oh, by the way, I do want to say, just since we're pulling out comics, now I can be the one who reaches for his copy of Wonder Woman Dead Earth. And I got the hardcover joint.
I got the hardcover joint. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. No, I can be right there with you now. When you pull out your Wonder Woman Dead Earth, I can be like, I see your Wonder Woman Dead Earth, and I raised you another Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
It was because I know you got mad, because we're gonna get right back to the awards. Just real quick story time. He sends me a DM of that Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Look what I found. And it was because I knew you were like irked a little bit just off of my simple response of, oh, Wonder Woman Dead Earth. That's a pretty good book. And that's all I said.
Oh no, I was actually giggling. I was like, this motherfucker. Well, I will just say that yeah. That I will just say, yeah. I now have a, well, you know what it was? It was because I didn't know they had a hardcover.
Oh.
I thought the one you had was like the paperback. Like I don't. Nope. Yeah, no. That's why I don't have Do a Powerbomb. Like I actually I almost, because I saw it in Barnes and Noble, I almost bought it, but I was like, nope, waiting on the hardcover. I might go ahead and buy it anyway, just because I love Daniel Warren Johnson.
I was gonna say, I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they will.
Man,
I don't think they will. Because
why do me like this?
There's no reason to, and this is not me saying it, but I feel like they think that there's no reason to, because you can get the entire story in just that one trade. It's not like a saga where you can just re-release it because it still has several issues. I think
that's fair.
That's why that. Well, we ain't gonna get into that one because that's another one we're gonna do later on.
Yeah.
I think that trade is about as well as it's gonna get for us to do a Powerbomb.
That breaks my heart.
Upsetting, but I think that's all we're gonna get.
It breaks my heart. But you know what doesn't break my heart, Carter?
What's that?
The best science fiction comic series of the year. And that one was another one that was actually pretty difficult for me, not gonna lie to you, and only really truly because so much good sci-fi comics are out there. And I'm not just talking about the stuff you expect. Because some of you may or may not know, there's actually some pretty good Star Trek comics out right now. I don't talk about them, but they exist. They exist. They are a thing. And there were some good Dune ones that were out for a little bit too. I don't know if they're still running, but I got to give to Void Rivals. Give it to Void Rivals. Void Rivals has been very consistent this year. It is probably easily one of the better books I've been reading as of late. Robert Kirkman is coming into his own as a writer, which it sounds weird considering this guy is so popular for shit like Walking Dead and Invincible and so on and so forth. Now Firepower, which is about to end if it hasn't already. And he's working on this right here. And I gotta admit, Robert Kirkman has officially, to me, matured as a writer. Like I feel like each book he gets better. Like I feel like he gets rid of some of that bullshit that he used to get caught up in some of his earlier works, like Walking Dead and Invincible. Like I feel like each time it's better. And this I feel is great. This is basically the kickoff of the Energon universe at Skybound. It is tied in with the Transformers and G.I. Joe comics that are on the way. I think Duke just released. Cobra Commander, I think, is next. And this book is just fantastic because it kind of mirrors the war between the Autobots and the Decepticons. I think it's the Agorians and the Zertonians. They have very similar dynamic. And while the Transformers don't factor heavily into the series, they exist in that world and they pop up pretty regular. Like they're not the main, like I think characters like Shockwave and Jetfire, so on and so forth, they've appeared. And while they've not been like, oh, we got multiple panels dedicated to us, they show up, they let you know what their role is in all this, and you realize how this stuff ties into them. And then you go over to Daniel Warren Johnson stuff, and you can kind of like draw the lines on the cork board between the stuff, and you figure it out. But yeah, it's a great book. I love the twist that you get in the beginning. Not even the twist that the Transformers exist in their universe, but just the twist of the truth between the two warring factions. That is something I think is like honestly, on paper, if this comic was just, oh, well, this is like the Transformers war between Autobots and Decepticons, but the only difference is these aren't robots. And it's actually, no, it goes deeper than that. There's actually like real deep shit behind it. Carter, did you have a science fiction?
I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna you, dog. That makes me want to read Void Robbers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of people think that it's just like, Transformers fan service. It's not. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of characters from Transformers that pop up in it, but it's not. That's not all there is. There's not all there is to it. Actually, you know what? Let me move these over here so that way I can see them more regularly. I'm putzing with some stuff, y'all. Leave me alone. Till I can pour through that one thing. Okay. All right, getting back to it. Let's go to our next category.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna check the chat real quick just to make sure.
We're good.
Oh yeah. Lead X1 says the new Star Trek comic, the Deep Space Nine joke with Cisco. Yeah, and the other the other Trek show characters. Yeah, that book was great. It was very good. Let's see. Let's go to one of the. Oh yeah. The new ship, aggressively relaxed. Yeah, one of the cool things about the Trek comic has one of the new is Star Trek Alon had the new ship from that series, and I didn't know that. I didn't know they did that. Let's see here. All right, I see the Valiant fans are in here. I see the Valiant fans are in here. I apologize. I meant no disrespect. But no, best nonfiction comic is going to be that guy, New Burn.
Yeah.
New Burn. This is a comic that technically didn't have a lot of issues this year. I feel like it kind of came in. I think it picked back up a little late in the year, if I remember correctly, but it was still no less good. Chip Zdarsky, Jacob Phillips have been lights out on it. This is a comic this is one of those comics that like I was always kind of like keeping my eye on. And because both Carter and myself are real big fans of Chip Zdarsky, this is one that Carter was reading early on that he kept telling me about, and like I was like, man, it's on my radar, but I have so much shit to read that I just keep forgetting to read it. And then like the whole thing with Public Domain happened. I was like, you know what? Let me just give this shit a chance, because I really like Public Domain. Even though I hated the main character, I love the book itself. But I think that was kind of the point. You weren't supposed to like the main character. But New Burn is just fantastic. It like New Burn's one of those comics. It feels like a TV show, but in the form of a comic. Like it feels like I think of, not saying like from a story perspective, but I'm immediately reminded of shows like Bosch or like The Shield, and like I said, not necessarily in terms of like exact plot, but just in terms of tone. That is set.
So something that will make you happy, or will actually be like, word? They're doing a TV show.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah. Say less. Look. So wait. So you know, Chip is about to come. He's about to become insufferable. You know that, right?
Oh, dude, he's already at that point.
But
that's what I love about it. It's fucking hilarious how much of a character that Chip Zdarsky actually is. But you know what it is? He's leaning into it. I think about that that issue of crossover
Mhm.
where Chip Zdarsky is actually helping Chip Zdarsky not die, but it's the comic. It's how he makes himself out in the world protecting the actual writer, which it was a fun issue of crossover. But best nonfiction for me would also be New Burn, because that book is just great. Because if you're somebody who, and no, New Burn is not a true
No,
story.
I actually,
not.
the terminology I use is probably not good. I probably should just put just fiction, just regular plain fiction. But yeah, it's
If you're someone who, like me, for a while there, you needed to get away from the Marvel and DC of it all. When I say that, I mean you need to get away from superhero stuff, but you still
no
wanna
capes.
You still want to check out certain writers. That's why I really enjoy this book, because that shows that Chip Zdarsky doesn't really need capes, and he doesn't need Howard the Duck, or anything like that to still write a damn good story. If you're somebody who didn't read Public Domain and needed to know that, you can for sure read
Chip
New Burn.
is
New Burn is great.
Chip
New Burn is
is
so good.
Chip is wild. Like, honestly, I would recommend, if you don't follow Chip Zdarsky on social media, I recommend it. I actually recommend it. He's a character. I think was it you that sent me the clip of Chip Zdarsky talking to someone about the Spectacular Spider-Man I think it was something he did on his channel where I think it was him on his channel talking about the release of it. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, Chip is a goddamn fool.
Yeah, Chip's a fool.
He's a goddamn fool. I love him to death.
And he always has to shit on Ryan Stegman for no reason.
Ryan Stegman catches so much shrapnel from Chip Zdarsky, it's not even funny. Like,
I've already told Ryan and other people that are in his Discord, I'm just like, y'all, if this was a celebrity deathmatch episode, it'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Malik Young with the $10 says, Hola, Blurco. His Void Rivals is good because of his core story. The Transformer elements add flavor to the core story, but it definitely stands on its own. And that is true. True. You don't read Void Rivals for the Transformers. You read it for the central characters who are, I don't want to say they're not normal, regular people. I mean, they're normal humanoids because they are aliens. They're not humans. But they are not giant robots or anything, even though the comic does kind of frame them as like robots at first. Not giant, but just they do get framed as robots at first. But they're not. That I don't think that part is a spoiler, really.
Alrighty.
Let's go to our next one, because I actually did wind up spending more time on some of these than I thought. Best horror comic series. This one was a no-brainer for me just because, well, technically, I'm not going to lie, it pained me because I was actually talking to Carter about this before we went live. I really wanted to give it to Philadelphia because Philadelphia has been so good these past few issues, but there was a story arc early in the year that I just did not care for. So it kind of got edged out. And it got edged out by something I think no one's going to be surprised by, and that is Something is Killing the Children. Something's Killing the Children, which is James Tynion the Fourth, Werther Deladera, Mikel Muerto. It was just that good. It was just that good. The story arc with Jessica Slaughter and how she is moving away from the House of Slaughter, and also at the same time diving a little teensy bit more into a lot more into our backstory, but like also dealing with a new villain from the House of Cutter and the new monster, the Duplicitype. That was introduced in this particular arc, and just how much shit Jessica Slaughter has to deal with just in this story arc alone, and like the character development and the alliances between some of the new characters versus some of the older characters that we have been following for this time. And yeah, it was great. It was great. I really like this this series. I love the series already, but yeah, surprise to no one. But Carter, did you have one?
Yes, my best horror series is going to be something that is 4 issues, but it's 4 issues of just damn good writing and damn good art, and it's going to be Kill Your Darlings. I've talked about this book before, but I just need to say it again. Kill Your Darlings is really, really good. And you know what it is? I think it's more so just because I've talked to the writers of this book regularly at one point where we would just kick the shit. So just to see that this book came out of them, and that's a fucking fire cover. By the way.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was just like, I like this.
Yeah. The one thing I really liked that book said, I wish I had. Okay, so there's a tagline I saw in the most recent issue, which it should give you an idea of where you're going with this book. And it's called "It's Time to Stop with the Fairy Tales." And that tagline I thought was really, really dope because it reads like a girl that's a princess she's in an imaginary kingdom. You've seen this book before, and then shit happens.
Shenanigans.
Oh my God. Like you don't think when you read a book about a girl's imaginary kingdom and then you see this woman that just ate a baby's heart in front of their father. That's all I'm gonna give you for this book. So there is going to be some fantasy in it, but it's a lot of horror. And that fourth issue for sure, you have to rethink of thoughts that you had when you read those previous 3 about certain characters. So yeah, for 4 issues right now, that book has been hidden, and I can't recommend this enough to just give this book a chance, because you will not be disappointed. Kill Your Darlings is just good, man. This is a really, really good book.
Yeah, so that's one that I just kind of recently, like it like kind of like with New Burn. It was that comic that like I knew I wanted to read. I just like it's like y'all have no idea how much shit I read. I read too much shit.
Yeah,
like I read so much. So like a lot of times I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, I'll get to this, and then like, woe is me, first world problems. Let's move on to our next one. We got best licensed or adapted comic series. This one,
I can go ahead and knock mine out just because
go ahead,
you already talked about it. Gargoyles.
They up. Who would have thought that it would be Gargoyles?
I like how you got the cover with him being on the episode of Judge Joe Brown.
Right.
But yeah, that's for sure. And what you said prior rings true. This was a really hard choice for me, just because those Disney villains,
they're good.
Because I almost didn't pick Gargoyles, and I came very close to picking one of those books. The Scar, Hades, like they've been really, really.
I forgot
good,
about
man.
Hades. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, Gargoyles without question. This was to me. Just thinking about it was funny because even though I was having a hard time trying to figure out what I was going to pick for this, it was still going to be a Dynamite book, which I think is hilarious.
Right? It's like,
yeah.
And dude, next year is going to be harder. Next year is going to be harder because what if Thundercats is good?
Yeah.
And Gargoyles continues to be good.
Yeah, man. But this was for me, man. Gargoyles, it is so good. It is Lord. But I think we talked about Gargoyles ad nauseum too many fucking times.
Oh yeah, we've talked about it a good bit.
What did you have for your
I am pulling up Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. This book, it's good, man. It is damn good. And it's only like 3 issues in, I think, by this point. But it just is so impressive to me what they have done with the story. how they differentiated from the IDW comics and even from the original animated series and original Marvel comics and stuff, but also still maintain that same energy. But that's it. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I see y'all in there. No, we haven't. Tribe Got That says we missed best event category. Not yet. We're not there yet. The Night Terrors win. Oh, come on, Tribe God. You know better. No. I would have said The Last Ronin for best license or adaptation, but I don't. Did any Last Ronin come out this year?
You said, did any Last Ronin? Yeah.
Oh, there was? Shit, what did I miss? God damn.
It's those lost. It's the
lost years.
The new girls were getting. The new turtles were getting.
Yeah. I did slick forget about that. But don't worry, there will be turtle representation on this show. Don't worry about it. Because I have talked about Transformers a lot, I'm not going to say a whole heap a lot more. Just that I love the fact that you can have a Transformers comic without a lot of the characters who we see way too much of, other than Optimus Prime and Starscream, and I would even say Soundwave to a lesser extent. But it still works, and the human element of the story is not boring to me. Let's move on to our next one. It's gonna be best new comic. And in the ongoing category, and for me, for new, this is actually one of the main surprising people because it's a comic I talk about it every once in a while on the channel. I don't go out of my way. I don't go out of my way talking about it. Here, I'm killing this just for a second, just so I can get rid of all these. I had a bunch of images just up, just hanging, chilling. Local Man is my pick for best new ongoing series. This is by Tony Fleecs, Tim Seeley, who, oddly enough, I don't know if you know this, Carter, they do actually have other like art. I think Tony Fleecs and Tim Seeley, I think they both kind of like jump back and forth on art depending on like what's going on in the comic. Also got Brad Simpson and Felipe Sobrero. This is over at Image Comics. Local Man is a comic that on paper should not work. This is a throwback to yesteryear. The 90s era of Image Comics. You can actually kind of tell, like looking at the comic, just this cover, like the later covers kind of give it away a little bit more. This first cover doesn't really tell the whole story. Because you see this, you think, Local Man, well, this guy's like got a bow and arrow and a ski mask on. Like, what the fuck is this all about? But if you pay attention to the thing behind him and you see those characters that all look like they were like in old issues of Youngblood or Brigade or Cyberforce, that is on purpose. And it's because it's about a guy who used to be a 90s era Image Comics superhero. He used to be, basically, he was like, for those who remember Youngblood, he was basically Shaft. Like, he's not Shaft. Like, he's not that character, but like the style of character he is basically Shaft mixed with like some other characters you probably would find yourself familiar with. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And they even find ways to tie in old Image Comics with the series. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. Like honestly, I don't know if you've read any of this, Carter.
Yeah, I've read a little bit of it. Okay.
This comic has no business being as good as it is, and especially with the backup stories they do, I just find them really entertaining because, like, this is one of those series where you are following a character who is not really particularly likable, but he's trying to be better. And the world just won't let him be better. And I love it. I freaking love it. Yeah, and to be fair, yeah, the hint says the image looks sort of depressing. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is because this guy's life sucks. Basically, what's kind of funny about what actually is the kickoff for this is the fact that the main character, Local Man, his original superhero name was Crossjack, but he basically got canceled. He got canceled, and so he got kicked off the team, and now he's having to live a normal ass life. But superhero shenanigans follow him back home. So yeah, that's mine. Carter, do you have a best new comic in the ongoing category?
Best new comic. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have an image of this somewhere. It's gonna be Green Lantern War Journal.
You know what? I sure do. Let me grab it.
We got Philip Kennedy Johnson writing a souped up John Stewart. No ring required.
Nope. No ring
just somebody
needed.
that like he will help when needed, but he more so just don't want to be bothered. Just want to kind of chill, take care of his mama, and live.
Yes,
but him being a Green Lantern and him being one of the more powerful Green Lanterns right now, shenanigans are going to happen. And he is trying to handle those to the best of his ability while also trying to make sure that mama is good and everything is all right. This was a book that I was not expecting to read just because, I don't know, man. I just haven't really been on a lot of Green Lantern recently.
It's been a tough book to read lately. Not this. I just mean like,
but just like
I didn't like the
Hal
Grant
Jordan
Morrison stuff.
of it all.
Yeah,
the Hal Jordan of it all.
Like,
I haven't really.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, this when they focus on John Stewart, he's been the better part of this. So yeah,
that ends up being the case with a lot of Lantern books. I'm loving this because it's a different feel from the Hal Jordan stuff because it's with John Stewart. One of my favorite Lantern books in the past ever was Omega Men, and that was Kyle Rayner, and he didn't even have a ring. But I would say a close second to that Omega Men series from Tom King was Charles Soule's run on Red Lanterns with Guy Gardner being a Red Lantern. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about, which I think is just egregious. But then a lot of people didn't read that book because Charles Soule didn't come in until like 20. Charles Soule, then Charles Soule back then was that dude who was, for a football reference for you guys, he was Joe Flacco, somebody who had been at the house for like a year and was told to come back real quick and just heat and was just cold,
lights out,
and was a force to be reckoned with when he came back. That's what Charles Soule's was back then. But yeah, this Green Lantern War Journal for sure is a great book, and I can't wait to see what other things that Philip Kennedy Johnson is going to do with John Stewart.
Oh yeah, no, he already has the tone and tenor of John Stewart down like to a science, and like to be fair, what actually really, other than the fact that it's John Stewart, what actually got me hyped for this series was that he was already writing him a little bit, because Philip Kennedy Johnson also writes the Hal Jordan Green Lantern series.
Yes, he does.
But he was doing backup stories in that book that were getting you ready for this book. So that's why I was like, you know what? I said, y'all really about to make me pick up this goddamn nasty ass Hal Jordan because Philip Kennedy Johnson's name's on it, and he is already putting respect on John Stewart's name into backup stories for this. I was like, okay, all right, I'll fuck with it.
Okay.
Let's go to our next one. Best new comic limited series. Yeah. Wait, where did mine go?
Did you have mine?
Oh, wait, you know what? Here, give me uno moment. I thought I had. You know what? No, I did. I'm a liar, and everything I say is a lie. Don't mind me. Mine for new, is gonna be The Cull.
Okay.
That was. I think I talked about this before. This is Kelly Thompson, Mateo DeUlis, Hassan Ostman El How? I probably fucked that name up. I apologize. But yeah, I've talked about this one before. This is a little 5-issue run. I think it's actually not even finished yet. It's got one more issue in the pipeline that'll be out in January. But this book is great. I love it. It's the cast of characters that are kind of caught up in a, for lack of a better way to put it, a Stranger Things style situation. Yeah, they're in this sleepy little harbor town, and they end up just discovering a gateway to another world. And they go to that other world, and shenanigans happen. And like I said, we've talked about it before, so I won't go too terribly deep off into it, but just I love the characterization, how each of the characters we're dealing with, which I think is about 5 of them, they're all dealing with different stuff in their life. They all have different things going on with them, and that's before you even get into the other world stuff that's going on. And just how all these characters interact with one another, how they ride for each other, how they do some dumb shit. But I mean, if they didn't do dumb shit, there would be no story. But the dumb shit kind of sometimes makes sense, but like based on what it is they're trying to do, it's like, yeah, you kind of have to just go with it. And then there's a lot of unexpected things that happen in it. Things that I was like, oh, wow, didn't expect it to go in that direction. And yeah, I love the representation. There's a lot of good, just a lot of good characterization all the way across the board. Carter, do you have one?
Yes. Best new limited series for me is going to be Static Shadows of Dakota.
Booyah.
Every issue of that comic was great. Every single solitary issue of that comic was great.
Oh, yeah. And better, in my opinion, than as far as character depictions go, than some of, because a lot of the Static comics are drawing from not just the original comic, but also from the animated series Static Shock. And I feel like they did a lot of good adaptations of characters and events and similar things from either of those previous things.
This book did what you're supposed to do if you're a continuation of something. You're supposed to be better than the last thing. And this was better than the last thing in every way, shape, and form. I cannot recommend this limited series enough. From the characterizations of Static, from the characterizations of Ebon, from how every character was looked at and was portrayed in this book, with an art style that I initially was not that big of a fan of, and still not that big of a fan, but for this book, it was wonderful. It was absolutely amazing for this book. So I can't stress enough how good this sequel series was. Nicholas Draper Ivy did his thing. Vita Ayala did hers from what capacity that she was in for it.
There.
What do you mean?
They, them. Vita Ayala, they, them.
Oh shit! Okay, that was a brain fart like a motherfucker. Okay.
No,
I was so lost. I was so lost. But oh shit!
I didn't. Not that I expected you to know that. I only know that because we follow each other on social media and not have conversations like back and forth, but we've talked with one another. So gotcha. That's the only reason I know.
that'll for sure be my best new limited series for sure. Go read it. It will get the cartoon out of your mind.
Oh,
just check out just some really good Static, which is, you don't have to pull from yesteryear to get good Static stories now.
You
don't
can
have
make
to go
ones.
way back when. What my point was, you can, of course, make new ones, case in point. But for people that, man, I don't like a lot of the shit that they've been doing with Static a whole lot. Now you can stop because this was amazing.
This was objectively.
Yeah.
Like I would even go as I've talked about it, so none of what I'm gonna say is gonna be a surprise, but like Static Shadows of Dakota is what I feel like it was great. all the way through, start to finish. Even hit you with some twists that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say the only thing I didn't like about the series was I didn't like how the actual villain of the book, they literally waited till literally the last issue to tell you anything about them. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. But beyond that, I still think the story as a whole was great, and it has me really excited for what they're going to do with Static next, and that's what a book is supposed to do. Let's go to our next one here, because we've got best... This is just not new, but just ongoing as a whole. Best ongoing series. This one may surprise some people, because it's not going to be what I think a lot of you are expecting from me.
Mine?
Teenage...
Ooh.
Teenage...
I keep forgetting I keep forgetting about old girl.
Oh, Jenica?
I keep forgetting about her.
Yeah, no, she is a part of the squad now. She has been, I think this is issue 140. She has been like legit a part of the squad since like I think around the 100 range or something, like early 100.
Because you're still reading, and I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk your shit.
Yeah.
Is she back? Because the last thing I remember reading was that she was in LA.
Yeah,
and
she's
I knew
back.
it was Okay.
Yeah, she's back. She's back. I will go ahead and tell you right now. If you are not reading IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Elite X1 is right, she did have her own shit. She had her own, I think she had a trade or two worth of comics. I might be wrong. But
micro series that they do.
Yeah, gotcha. She had like maybe a little 5-6 issue something.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, boy, you need to be reading Ninja Turtles. This series has been like I look, no, y'all don't understand where I'm coming from here. Let me scoot this.
Lord.
Let me scoot this out the way. I need y'all. Oh yeah, y'all need look. No, don't worry about this Blade of the Immortal over here in this Hellsing. Don't worry about that. But what you need to see, all this right here. This is all from here on down. Right here. That's all Ninja Turtles right there.
What he is showing for all my audio files is that he has all the hard covers of the IDW current TMNT series.
I'm still missing one. I'm missing volume 14. Yeah. Volume 14 still eludes me, but I will be getting it here very shortly. Just to complete the collection. However, this book, especially since Sophie Campbell took over this book at after Tom Waltz's final issue with 100. This has been Sophie Campbell. I'm gonna fuck up this motherfucker's last name. Pharaoh Pay. Gavin Smith, Vincenzo Federici, and Rhonda Pattinson on this book. And yeah, Sophie Campbell has just been killing it. She has been writing it, literally for these last actually, I think right now she's creeping up on her 50th issue of Ninja Turtles. I think 146 came out not too long ago, like within the last week or so.
I really like this cover. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I really like this cover,
dude. Let me tell you something. About these turtles. You like this cover?
Why that cover is so fire to me.
Dude, honestly, you know what reading this like this, you know what I want now? Because it's gonna come up later, probably at some point. But we had TMNT Mutant Mayhem. I'm actually ready for them to start putting Jenica in, like, whenever they do movies, TV shows. I want her in those, in whatever new adaptations they make.
Since you want to add that, because I want to
go ahead, go off.
I'm gonna leave best ongoing to you, so we can hurry up and move on.
Yeah. Let's keep pushing.
Who?
Yes, Venus did come back. Left face. Or She appeared.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's face it. It's important. He's not important.
Man, leave it
Who
alone.
would you voice, or who would you have voice Jenica in TMNT?
Man.
Who
Man.
do you hear?
Dude. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? This is going to be a real bratty answer because I feel like this woman is like everywhere now.
Jennifer Lopez?
No. I no. I was going to say Haley Steinfeld.
Oh.
Yeah, or is it Steinfeld or Stein? Yeah, Steinfeld. Yeah, Haley Steinfeld. Yeah. Because of the TV show, I'm always like Steinfeld. I don't know, but no, because she's everywhere. She voices everything now. But I can see her doing, or if not her, maybe like a Jenna Ortega or something. I can see that too because Jenna Ortega is everywhere now. I got to a point where I was almost sick of Jenna Ortega because she was in so much shit. I was like, God damn, girl, go somewhere. I mean, get your bag. I love seeing a woman getting her bag, but just go somewhere for a little bit so I can miss you. But yeah, and honestly, if it weren't for the fact that Ayo Adebiri is already like doing April O'Neil, I'd have said her. I actually like the voice she did for April in Mutant Mayhem. But that said,
okay.
Is it up for one? I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse here. I saw that Technically Taki says Static Shadows of Dakota deserves an Eisner nod. I don't know if it actually got the. I have to go look at the nominations for this year. I don't know if it got one, but it deserves one. It definitely deserves one. Because I say that largely. I mean, look, I might be a little too close to the situation, because of Nicholas Draper Ivy, but like, I feel like Nicholas showed his whole ass on that book, and yeah. But that said, Carter, did you have a best? I'm
gonna leave that to you. I'm gonna leave Turtles to you.
Okay,
that's a really good one. That's a really good one. That's dope.
Yeah. I will say this, because you said what you said the last time you read Turtles. You said what was going on? Refresh my memory.
I think it was Jenica. It may have been someone else, but I think it was whoever it was. They were in California, and I explicitly remember that because the art. I could tell who drew it. They drew Venice Beach because it looked exactly like Venice Beach. That comes from living here. I know what stuff looks like. But yeah, so I can't remember who it was, but I think it was maybe Raphael trying to talk to somebody, trying to get his girl back or something along those lines.
Yeah. Raphael, yeah.
But yeah, that's my main memory.
I would tell you this, man. Get back on that shit, dude. I promise you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. If I told you what was going on very recently in the Turtles comics, your head would explode. Let's go to our next one, man. We got best limited comic series. Technically, I could like the one I'm not gonna lie, my pick could have just as easily been new. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it actually came out or started. I think it started in 2022 and ended in 2023. So take that how you want to. Yeah. I might be misremembering, but my pick is going to be Mosley.
Yeah.
Mosley by the homie Rob Guillory, Sam Lofty, and Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Or is it Beaulieu? Yeah, there you go. This book is wild. It's a tale of two stories though, because like Mosley is a book that you can tell Rob Guillory has a message to impart upon the reader, and it's technically two different messages, and it's up to you to determine, I guess, what the message is for you. But it's a story about a guy who helped basically make AI what it is, or what it ultimately becomes in the future, which is the titular character, Mosley. And he is basically, he's responsible for it. And AI basically takes over the entire world for the most part. Everyone is dialed into technology, and he's responsible for it. And he kind of hates himself for it because it kind of ruined his life. More or less. It fucked up his marriage. It kind of estranged him from his child. And then one day, out of nowhere, I don't really know any other way to put. I don't know any other way to put this, Carter. But
Okay.
Thor's hammer basically just kind of falls down out of the sky and grants him the power to either undo what has been done or let it continue. That's honestly just kind of the elevator pitch, honestly, for the comic. It's a solid series, 5 issues, I believe. Yeah, 5 issues. And I don't think it's Rob Guillory's best. I think Farmhand might still be like the go-to Rob. I think that's peak Rob Guillory, honestly. But if you like Farmhand, I figure you'll probably like Mosley, most likely. I would think you would like Mosley. Carter, what you got?
This is going to be the first one that's going to get a second Blerd Award. Best limited series for me, Static. Shadows
There you
of Dakota.
Keep it pushing. I like it. I like it. I like it. Hey, there you go. Cut the here.
Cut the check.
There you go. Y'all know what to do. Let's see here. It says I'm gonna pay. Oh my god. Left it over to I'm gonna PayPal Ernie direct so I don't fund the salt. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. We don't want to. If you're over on the Twitch side of things, yeah, there are the Bezos bucks. There's that, but yeah, if you want to, I actually just set something up like that for the Twitch side thing. Don't give Jeff Bezos money. Don't give him money. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to somebody who actually needs it.
That's why I always had people when I would stream on Twitch. I'm like, don't donate. I just put my Cash App in there. Boom.
Yeah,
right there.
I you know what? I need to do that.
Half. I'm not getting half or nothing.
Give me all. Give me all my coins.
Yeah, you want that money to go 100% to me? I put my Cash App in there. Boom.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. That is
Cash
actually
App, Venmo, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that. I never think about it just because that's just who I am. I do things. I'm a dog who chases a car. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I caught it.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's go to our next one here. We got best single issue / one shot comic. Mine may not surprise anybody because I talked about this earlier. Let me see if I can actually find it. Or did I? Oh man, I did a boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
I did not actually I didn't save. I have the image. I just didn't put it in the folder where it belonged. Okay. I'm going to go pull it now. But Local Man Gold, #1, also by Tony Fleeks, Tim Seeley, oh my God, why am I blanking on the names? And Felipe Sobrero. All the art and writing are both by Tony Fleeks and Tim Seeley in this. And not only that, some of you may pick up on this. I loved the cover for this because it was a throwback to Deathmate. Some of you may remember that story arc from Image yesteryear. Excuse me, moi. But yeah, this story's great. It brings back some old characters from Image Comics. Some of you may remember, some of you may not. I don't know. There were definitely some characters when I saw them. I was like, is that so and so? And I actually started looking shit up. I was like, hold on, that can't be. I was like, is this like they bring back characters from Image yesteryear as well as even some other imprints. And for those, like, if you remember the cover I showed earlier, the guy that was just sitting down with a bow and arrow and the ski mask on, the guy on the right, it's the same dude. This is what he looks like when he's like actually in his old superhero costume. But yeah, it's really good. Nerlar said, wasn't there a female salamander mutant character back in the day? I believe so, and I do not remember her name to save my life. And I'm pretty sure I think she's been in the comic recently. But yeah, this book is great. It basically kind of puts Crossjack back on the grand stage and kind of forces him to be a hero, even though technically he's not supposed to be doing superhero shit anymore. And yeah, it's really cool. It's fun. Got some really interesting twists and turns in it. And yeah, I like, once again, Local Man. I recommend it. Highly recommend it. Tim Seeley is one of my favorite writers, and the fact that he's involved with this on any level whatsoever is just chef's kiss to me. And I love Tony Fleeks too. Carter, do you have a favorite or the best one shot?
Best one shot for me is gonna be just simply because it came out this week and it's still fresh in my damn head. It's gonna be Timeless.
Yes. Which, to be fair, full disclosure, y'all, it was also my pick as well until I remembered the Local Man Gold issue.
Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, two people that I'm becoming huge fans of ever since that One Bad Day Clayface issue that I read of theirs. This was, so for all intents and purposes, I was going to read this regardless, just because it's a Luke Cage with the power of the century. You got me right there. With the blood of the Hulk inside, he's just like the man, period. The power of the century, the power of the Hulk, or the blood of the Hulk, with the immortal Iron Fist going against some evil version of Moon Knight. All in all, so it's getting you, it's trying to grab you with that.
Oh, don't forget an evil Moon Knight with the Eye of Agamotto.
Yes. With the infamous Iron Man armor.
Yes. Yes.
So it's trying to grab you with all of that, but it's once you read it, you see it that it's a really good Luke Power Man Iron Fist story in there as well.
It's very good. It's a fantastic story.
Really good book with really good art. Luke Cage was not playing. The ending could mean several things.
Yeah. Also the teases. There's lots of, because basically, for those who don't know, Timeless is basically Marvel's new way to tease what's coming up.
Now, I will say, sometimes they have done it and those teases never happen. Case in point, one of the last ones came. We still ain't seen Miracle Man in Marvel yet.
Oh, no. Oh, well, technically we have, but like not like in Marvel proper. Like they were basically, when they did that one, they were just teasing that Miracle Man comics were coming to Marvel. It wasn't like anything like,
okay.
Yeah, that's all they were doing. But this one, a lot of the stuff is stuff that's literally right around the corner. Like Blood Hunt, the Blade Blood Hunt crossover event that's on the way. Then there's also, they actually tease the stuff that's going to be happening in X-Men from the Ashes, because we see the return of the Danger Room.
All right. David Big Lad in the chat said a really good thing. He said it feels like a good what if, and it really did until you get to the ending, and the ending tweaks it from being a what if to this is now it's happening now. So spoilers, but I ain't gonna do that. Fuck it. But this was a really, really fun, really good one shot from two people that I think should be on everyone's lists, with Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly.
Did you read their?
I believe they're doing Thunderbolts.
Yes, they are. Did you read? Because their Thunderbolts actually ties in to a comic I was going to recommend to you. I don't know if you read it. Was their Captain America Sentinel of Liberty.
Okay.
That was the one they were running where like Falcon had a Captain America book and Steve Rogers had one. Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, they did the Sentinel of Liberty book, which was really fucking good. Symbol of Truth was great too. But I actually, the more I read Sentinel of Liberty, I actually wound up liking that one better. That was Winter Soldier is acting a whole fool
that is
in
on my
damn
list
story.
for sure. But yeah, Timeless was really, really good, y'all. And anybody that's a fan of Luke Cage, just seeing like old man Luke Cage just cutting loose with all that power, this book hit.
Also, I didn't know this at the time. I didn't realize how much I liked Juan Cabal and Edgar Delgado together on art. Like it was Edgar Delgado in color, Juan Cabal on art, and it was There is a video, actually. I shot the video Wednesday, but I just haven't done anything with it because I've been so fucking busy. But there's a video for that coming up, as well as like the new issue of Black Panther and some other stuff that's on the way. But yeah, I've been so busy. Let's see here. Yeah. Surya G said the Return of Terror Incorporated. Yeah. Love it. But yeah, if you're a fan of Luke Cage, you'll love this. If you're a fan of Iron Fist, you'll love this as well. If you're a fan of Moon Knight, you'll really love this. And the way they tie in why Moon Knight and Luke Cage are going to war with each other is just, you won't see it coming. Best crossover comic series. I know a lot of people are going to expect one thing. You're not going to get it. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of people probably expect me to say, like Sins of Sinister. And initially, I almost did. However, I'm choosing something different. I'm choosing the Armageddon game. This was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cross. I only picked this one because I just really love this image. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover that started last year and ended this year. It was when Tom Waltz was still writing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was still writing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and oh god, this was basically the closeout to his story with the Ninja Turtles that he started with issue number 1 all the way to issue 100. This was like the finale. This was the big Dukaroo. All the stuff that he had been teasing with the Pantheon game and all the other stuff, it all comes to a culmination in Armageddon game. Armageddon game. For those who are wondering who this character is, if you're wondering, this is the Rat King. If it wasn't obvious, this is the IDW Universe's version of the Rat King. He is nothing like the Rat King from the animated series. Get that shit out your head right now. If you go into this expecting the Rat King to be the idiot that was in the animated series, you are going to be sorely fucking mistaken and very surprised. The Rat King is basically an immortal who has lived since damn near the beginning of time. And there are other characters like him in the core Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, but ultimately he has been a thorn in the Turtles' side for a long time in the comics. Like I want to say it was around like the 20-30 issue range, where he first started kind of making regular appearances off and on, or not off and on, but like somewhat more regular appearances. But when you get to Armageddon game, this is the culmination of everything, because not only is the Rat King brought together Baxter Stockman, not only is he brought together Leather Krang, if you know that, and it's exactly what it sounds like. He has also brought in Madame Null, another character that was making waves in the kind of middle, like kind of 50-ish range of TMNT. And thrown himself into the mix as well. And the Turtles, they got to stop him. And the beauty of it is, who is the leader of the Turtles at the time of this crossover? Not Leonardo, and it is not Splinter.
Oh, I didn't think you would spoil this, because I knew this, and I'm like, that's fire.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but just know it's a character you would not associate with being the leader of the Ninja Turtles. And before anyone tries to say Casey Jones or April, it is not them either.
And I will ban you if you put it in either chat. I absolutely
don't even say
will
it.
Fucking
don't
ban
even
you
say
if
it.
you put that shit in there.
I'm actually planning on doing a video about it sometime later. But because the Armageddon game is still relative, it ended a while ago. But like, it's something that I don't really want to like say like right here, right now. So yeah, just it'll kind of keep it to yourself if you know. Frank decided he wanted to tempt fate. Like I said, do not say who it is. Do not say who it is. Please. Do not say who it is. Don't. Just like, I'm just, yeah, don't. Just don't. Anyway. Carter, do you have a favorite or best crossover of the year?
No, you can keep that because I'm too busy getting rid of people in the chat right now that like,
just time them out. Yeah, just time them out. Yeah,
they still continue.
they trying. They tempted fate. Hey, Nick, what's going on, my guy? Over on the Twitch side of things. Yeah, no, don't do it, Mojo. Don't do it, Mojo. Don't do it. Just leave it at that. Just think it in your head. Think it in your head. You don't have to put it in the chat. This is the one time. We're moving on to the Trade Weighting Award. This is the award for comics that I like, but they're comics I'm not reading week to week. Largely because I feel, not because they're not good, but because I feel like they're comics I either A, just don't have time to read week to week, or they're comics that like I want to read, but I need it, the way the story unfolds, I just need it in one sitting. Like I need a trade to come out so I can just absorb it all in one shot. And that is going to be The Flash. The Flash by what I have kind of a writer I've come to like more and more with each passing comic I read of theirs. Cy Spurrier, there's Mike Deodato Jr. on art, and Trish Mulvihill on color. This is a comic that basically is redefining the Speed Force. This is the focus of this comic is not Barry Allen. This is Wally West at the helm in the fallout of the what was it called? The something was like the
1 minute war.
Yeah, the 1 minute war. That's what I kept wanting to say seconds, but like but yeah, the 1 minute war and. Yeah, like it's one of those comics. Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? You remember when the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda was out? Yeah. It was that I feel the same way about this comic I do about Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. I feel like Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda was not a fun book to read if you were trying to read it week to week. I feel like it was way better when you could just sit down and read a whole trade of it and just absorb it. So yeah, that is my pick. But yeah, just seeing Wally West back in the saddle, being the main Flash as he should be, I think it's great. Carter, what do you got?
Mine is going to be Superman. And it's specifically going to be the World saga.
Okay, so Action Comics.
Action Comics, yep. It's going to be Action Comics. This is going to be the trade weight for sure. Just because there were several other books that were going on at the time, just like Ernie alluded to with the Flash, and just, man, all those books, I wasn't really checking for Superman like that. I ain't gonna hold you. Just like there are many other books I would read before I read some fucking Superman. Like especially considering the last time I even gave Superman a look was New 52, and they just killed that noise. So
they dropped that motherfucker like a bad habit.
When I finally actually sat down, and I don't know if this is for a lot of y'all, but when I'm in the bathroom, that's when a lot of the good comic reading transpires.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so just like this is finna sound so bad. The Action Comics was my toilet book.
Does that need to be an award? Do we need to add that as an award for next year?
No, because everybody will take it the wrong way.
I'm adding it. Next year, y'all getting the toilet award.
That was the book where like you in the bathroom way too long because the story getting good. That was Action Comics for sure for me. So yeah, that for sure that would be my trade rating award. Would be Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics.
Okay, you know we can call it the bathroom award.
Okay,
yeah, we call it the bathroom award. That's what we'll call it. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm adding that as a note for next year. because I've enjoyed. There's some comics that honestly I've read on the toilet. I'm not ashamed to say it. Look, I've gotten through 2 trades of Blade of the Immortal on the toilet. Hell, I got through 2 trades of Paper Girls on the toilet. So there you go. Anyway, the dump award. Look, legs going nuts. Well, Wally West is Flash, but people whining about Miles Morales. Dude, I hate it here. I swear to God. Here's the thing. People don't even realize like the Flash they were reading back in like the late 80s and early 90s was Wally West. People don't even realize it. There are folks that still think Barry Allen was running around in comics back then. That dude was in the Speed Force and gone. Let's do our next one here. Oh yeah, no, my legs most certainly went numb. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. Best comic I revisited in 2023. Oddly enough, it was Gargoyles. Because Gargoyles actually started last year, but like I read the first, I think I read the first issue or 2, and then I just stopped reading it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, I forgot that it was a thing. And then in 2023, I picked it back up, and I was like, dude, that's kind of what led to it becoming the fantasy comic of the year. So yeah, that was mine. And yeah, I think that was
all right.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got?
All right, best comic that I revisited was thanks in large part to one of Blerd Cole's own, the Elite X1, and that was going to be the antagonists.
Booyah.
Which I cannot stress enough is a really good book. I don't like the way they are giving that book out and the quality that they are giving that book out in. Oh my God. I have to give the biggest of shout outs to Elite X1 for the magic, the magic that he could do to make that shit readable because the quality was so nasty. But
no, actually, I want to cut you off real quick because I'm gonna tell you what happened. Because Carter showed me what the original I guess what they gave you like a PDF or some shit or whatever of it. He showed me what it originally looked like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was straight up like I was like, God damn, this is nasty looking.
and like what was wild about it was just that he, like Elite X1, was able to do some kind of voodoo kung fu treachery to make it to where you could tell what was going on. And when I actually was able to discern what was happening and could actually fucking read it, the antagonist is good.
It is. The funny thing about it though, like I still had to laugh because when you sent me the image of what the comic looked like before Elite X1 like touched it up, I was like, ugh. I was like, this is not readable. I was like, this is not readable at all. But yeah, he's an AI baby. Dude, you know what? I never even thought about that. I never even fucking thought about it. I never even thought about it. Oh, you know what? Yeah. LL Melvin just gave me an idea too. You know what? I'm gonna add that to the category next year. That'll be a category next year. Best digital.
There's gonna be too many categories.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everyone deserves a chance.
You gonna be watching Bleach, boy.
Nah.
LJ gonna be in here that day.
Oh no!
That boyfriend had the biggest goddamn celebration in the UK.
Oh my
God!
Going
over 3 hours.
No, we ain't gonna do that. Comic that surprised you in 2023. What do you got? What you got?
So for me, it's gonna be one of your books that you can never shut the fuck up about.
Ooh,
X-Men Red. X-Men Red surprised the hell out of me. I was in no way, shape, or form expecting that book to do anything, just because I remembered the previous X-Men Red when they did Gold and they brought Blue, and this was before Krakoa stuff. This was before.
You're talking about
this was before the
this is
X-Men
Jean Grey. This was like
Yes.
Jean. Yeah. That
Yes.
was who?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember.
yes.
Was that who was it that did that?
Remember, man. I cannot. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest.
I want to say Tom Taylor, but I know that's not correct. Like I want to say Tom Taylor, but I know it's wrong.
Oh no, you're right.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was Tom Taylor. Taylor. This was 2018. This was 2018.
That was the one. Yeah, because it was Jean Grey, Storm, Gentle, Trinary, and a bunch of other characters, and they were going up against Cassandra Nova.
It was Tom Taylor and Mahmoud Asrar, who I know that artist. Yep.
Yes. Dude, I can't believe Tom Taylor was out here. Man.
Yeah, I think he was writing
Yep, Triple Dot just put it in. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. But I think Tom Taylor was also writing X-23 book at the time as well.
Yes.
I believe he was.
Yeah,
But
he was. Yeah, he was.
X-Men Red was something because I was thinking about that book and how I didn't really pay that book no mind. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be more than that. But and I'm happy you did that cover with my guy with the Fisher King. Like that book was.
Oh no, the Fisher King.
That book was so goddamn cold. I was so it did exactly what Static Shadows of Dakota did. I was not expecting to pay that shit no mind. And damn it, I was waiting for every issue when it came out.
Oh,
I cannot stress enough how good X-Men Red was.
Oh no, X-Men Red was too good. It was too good.
What was a comic that surprised you this year?
Oh man, for me, and like I said, this is one we can kind of jump in real quick and jump right back out because it's a comic I actually brought up earlier, and that's Transformers. Dane Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer, and it's not because here's the thing: it should not have surprised me because it's Dane Warren Johnson. Do a power bomb, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth, Beta Ray Bill, now Space Mullet because I've actually been reading that and it's really good. Murder Falcon, I like all these things. I was like, yeah, why am I surprised by this? But no, I was surprised mostly because I was worried that these comics weren't going to hit the way that. Like, cause like like when you have like a favorite like singer, songwriter, or band, music artist, whatever, you're just like, man, that last album was good, man. Dude, they put out 8 straight good albums, man, and then new albums coming, you're like, man, I hope this ain't trash, man, because they do. The law of averages said they got to drop a stinker at some point, and you're like, nah, man, they still got it. They still got it. I was like, yep. I was also worried because Dane Warren Johnson was fresh off of Do a Power Bomb, and that was just so good. And I was like, man, I think he put all his love into that. I don't know if he could put any love into this. And it's like, nope, he did. He did it. Let's go to our next one. Most anticipated comic of 2024. What do you got, Carter? Or do you have one?
I don't, because here's the problem with being comic YouTubers. Or just comic podcasting, comic live show, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I still want to be like y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean the group of people who are surprised when certain stuff comes out. Even though
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, here's the thing though. With what we do, I need to know when everything is coming out, especially next year. When Carter's videos start dropping.
Solicits are...
But I don't want to look at solicits because I still like to be surprised about shit because solicits will spoil some shit real quick just to get your ass to order it. So,
yes.
To be A1, I'm going to leave this to the illustrious Blerd Without Fear because I don't know what the fuck's coming out next year.
Well, mine's easy. It's X-Men from the Ashes. No surprise, to the surprise of no one. Because I'm curious. I want to know how it's going to play out. Timeless kind of hints what you can expect. The concept of a Prisoner X being a thing again. Something that was what, Utopia? Was that Utopia when that was the thing?
Which way?
When they had Prisoner X. Like they had, because
I don't think that was Utopia.
What was that? What was it?
I think Prisoner X was the age. Was it the Age of X?
No. Okay, so it was back when Greg Land was still like casually drawing. I think it was Uncanny X-Men. Casually tracing Uncanny X-Men. I'm sorry. That's terrible. You know what? You know what? No, I'm gonna save it for next time. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna save it for next time because I don't know. Did you read the original X-Men #1 that came out?
Man, I don't care. You said casually tracing, bro.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna save the story for next time because, well, for one, I don't want to be negative. But like when we do our dishonorables, yeah, I'll talk about the thing. I'll talk about the thing. I'll talk about the thing that happened that I read in original X-Men #1 because it was very egregious to me. And it was so egregious that it made me reevaluate how I draw and be more okay with my own style. I was like, because at least I'm not doing what he just did. Tracing the same damn thing 3 times in the anyway, moving on.
Stan Williams, wasn't Utopia when they were back on Genosha and it was all mutants? They were on an island in San Francisco.
Yes.
It was the Krakoa before Krakoa.
Yeah, that was why, like, when Krakoa happened, a lot of people kind of rolled their eyes at first. It was like, didn't we already do this? But yeah, they had a thing like it was back when like Danger was like the jailer. Basically, they had a Prisoner X, if I remember correctly, or I might be misremembering. I don't know. Best comic book movie of the year. This one was tough for me, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was tough. I'm actually still undecided, if I'm being brutally honest. But I think, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna go with my better judgment. I'm going to give it to Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
I'm still surprised. Yeah. That still surprises me that you had to tell me, no, that came out this year.
Yeah, it came out this year.
I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
And I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
It's funny because I can remember certain stuff. So I can remember taking a picture of the fucking popcorn buckets to see if you wanted me to get you one.
Yeah, because it was like they had like, it was like the mask, but like with the thing open. Yeah, no, I remember that shit. And full disclosure, the reason why I said I had a tough time with this is because I really wanted to say Mutant Mayhem, TMNT Mutant Mayhem. It's actually what I had written down, but it was one of those. It was kind of like, it was kind of in pencil. It wasn't in pen. It was like, I was just like, because I love both of those movies. And honestly, both movies made me laugh. They made me cry. They brought genuine joy to my heart when they weren't trying to break my fucking heart. But yeah, the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I got to give it to Across the Spider-Verse. It was great. I love that movie because I actually even went back and watched both again, and I was like, yeah, I got to give it to Across Spider-Verse. Carter, did you determine one?
I'd have to go with Across the Spider-Verse as well, man, because you know why I couldn't think of Across the Spider-Verse, and it was so surprising to me because the only thing I can remember is the bad DC movies we have watched this year.
That is true.
I think that's why all I have is DC in my head that I've seen this year, and I haven't enjoyed any of it.
No, LL Melvin, you need to stop. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that actually put a smile on my face. No, because that's me. That's my daughter. Sirs, that's one of her favorite parts of the movie, of not of Spider-Verse obviously, but of TMNT. Let me get that bacon, egg, and cheese. Because I remember on Twitter arguing with some guy because he was like, "This is stupid. Teenagers don't act like this," and I was like, "Bruh, yes they do." Teenagers are fucking wild. Let's see here. Wait, I saw something here. Was it yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I see Bill brought up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I forgot about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. That one, honestly, that was a close third. That was a close third for me. Like, cause that one also made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me feel nostalgia. It made me feel all kinds of things. And yeah, it was honestly, as much as people talk shit about the comic book movies that came out this year, Not gonna lie, we actually had more good ones than we did bad. I think we definitely had some that were just okay, and we had some that weren't good.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, Aquaman. But yeah, no, I'm a firm believer that this was a banger ass year for comic book movies. So yeah, fuck what you heard. Best comic book TV show of the year. I think Carter, you and I are going to be unified in this as well.
Yeah, but this was a difficult pick for me too.
Yeah, honestly, there was a lot of good comic book TV shows out there, even if people didn't realize it. Because I'm gonna bring just as a not to deviate too much, but I could have just as easily have put Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur on here because I actually really enjoyed that cartoon.
I forgot about that one.
And they got a second season coming up. But no, Gen V. Gen V is the New Mutants / X-Men TV show that I thought we were never going to get, and yet somehow we did. It just wasn't X-Men or New Mutants.
It was from the fucking boys, which is hilarious. And
yeah.
I think for me, the reason why I'm picking it is just because.
Oh yeah.
Again, this is to go back to Static Shadows of Dakota. It shut me up because I was not expecting a lot, and I got a whole lot.
Well, remember, you and I both said the same thing. Neither one of us was interested in the show. And we didn't even realize it was out until we were getting ready to do the damn show. That where we talked about it. Like the Blerd Cave where we talked about it. Like literally it was like, oh shit, that is out. So yeah, nah, it's fantastic. We've talked about that show a lot, so I feel like we don't even have to do this. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna go to best Marvel comic of the year. Best Marvel comic of the year is not going to be a surprise, at least not for I think either of our picks, because I think yours is gonna be a bit different from mine. But my pick is easy. It's X-Men Red.
Yeah.
Hands down. Best Marvel comic I've read all year. Like, there are definitely some other good comics. Moon Knight was, once again, real close. Blade, real close. But this was the comic, like, whenever I sat down to read a comic on a Wednesday and X-Men Red was out, it was always the one I read first.
Okay. Always. Best Marvel for me, it's gonna be X-Force.
Booyah.
Without
X-Force!
question. The same way you feel about X-Men Red is the exact way that I feel about X-Force. I can go and I'm gonna say this and people are gonna look at me. I don't really think y'all gonna look at me crazy when I say this. This is the best X-Force run that I have ever read that since Rick Remender did Uncanny X-Force.
I'll give you that. I would give you that.
I would absolutely put this Benjamin Percy run of X-Force right next to Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force without question.
Oh shit. Damn. Oh, look, hey, guess what Taco just asked me?
What?
Not comic related, but Hunt today?
That's because I asked her that in Twitch earlier.
Oh, got you. Yeah, we playing. Yeah, we playing. Yeah. Get ready. Get run. Hunt today, hunt always. That's what Left Face said.
Wait. Who said you was invited?
I mean, we always play Hunt.
No. There are two brothers doing this right now. Taco just came in, said not comic related. She trying to make it seem like she just genuinely wants to play Hunt with us, even though no, I asked your ass in your stream. Stop! I see what you're trying to do right there. Like this was all my idea. Fuck out of here. So we have a third.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can take turns. We can take turns. You know, there's love. There's love there.
He said, "Come on, Ernie. We know you loved Marvel Gods. That was your best Marvel comic."
Oh man! Oh,
and let's not talk about that. Best DC comic of the year for your boy.
Oh, go ahead, go off, King.
And this is not. I know this is gonna make people look at me some type of way. I'm sorry, Penguin.
Oh yeah. Penguin. Yep.
Best DC comic for me, without question, would be the Penguin, just because I can separate certain things. So when you all think the Penguin, you're probably thinking about fucking Danny DeVito. I can get that out of my mind just because of a Penguin story that I've talked to you all about several times before, in Pain and Prejudice, which was Greg Hurwitz.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, you've talked about that one a lot. I need to go back and revisit that.
Another Penguin story that was a one shot that I would probably give an award to if we did this at that point was One Bad Day, the Penguin, which was written by someone whose Black Panther run I didn't like, John Ridley. But it's Tom King, which should already kind of give you some things, but it has the same energy of the not the Pain and Prejudice book, excuse me, of the One Bad Day one shot.
Yeah,
in the sense of if you were reading Batman, you know what happened with the Penguin. This was Penguin who just kind of effed off and went to go just chill and calm his nerves. Now he's being dragged back. It's almost like Godfather 3 in a sense. When I think I'm out, they pull me back in. So this book is literally just him getting everything back together, much to his chagrin, and just come back and rule Gotham again. So, but that book has been hitting every issue with everyone that he is talking to, the steps that he is taking to get everything together to go back to Gotham, because this is not something that he's willingly wanting to do. He's having to do it for a reason. But I'll say it. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. When have I steered you all wrong?
I will say so. Mine is not going to be Penguin, but it's going to be a King joint.
Okay,
and that's going to be Wonder Woman.
Okay,
Wonder Woman, which is Tom King, Daniel Sampere, and Tameo Mori. This book hit from the word go. And I also think I like it a lot too, because it pisses a lot of people off.
You see that DC is trying to do they're doing outlaw editions of this shit?
I saw that.
The outlaw. So I'm like, oh, is this going to be like a director's cut? And it's literally just the first two issues together.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing, because I almost got it. I almost got the outlaw edition, because I was like, because what I wanted, and you know, for the little behind the scenes inside baseball, I love comics where they do like director's cuts. Because you get to see a lot of times with director's cuts, you get the comic as it is, but a lot of times you also get the art by itself fully colored, and then you'll get like the art not colored, just pen and ink by itself. Sometimes you'll even get just the raw pencils, depending on who's doing it. And then you'll also get the script for the comic, like as it was given to the artist, as it was actually written, put into the book. So it's a lot of good inside baseball. Also, Carter, I don't know if you know this, they did one for John Byrne's X-Men. It's called like the artist edition. You can get like an omnibus, and it's based around time John Byrne was on the X-Men books. And it's just the black and white, just the raw pen and ink inside the book. And it is beautiful. Okay. And I as an artist, as a writer, I love that shit. So yeah, I was very disappointed when I saw the Outlaw edition was not that. I guess I should have known, but yeah. What's Dark Horse doing now?
They're gonna be doing Mark Millar Raw, probably. But
you ain't shit.
I
legit had to think about that.
No negativity.
Oh, no. Ianu is a Dark Horse, as well as I believe our personal favorite of the channel, Hellboy.
It's so weird. Every time I go into a fucking comic shop recently and I've seen Ianu, and I'm like, oh, shot the shit with that guy.
Yeah, no, like, Ianu is out here, dude.
Wild. Like, it is so wild just to see that on the shelf. Be like, hey, I talked about it.
Oh, and Patton Oswalt, his Minor Threats universe is still popping off over there. They got more books coming out. But yeah, Dark Horse stays under the radar a lot, in my personal opinion. Best comic that is not Marvel or DC. I'm gonna give it
What do you have?
them damn turtles. Them damn turtles.
With the usual suspects variant, huh?
Let's see here. What? I don't know how to answer that. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm assuming he's talking to somebody else. He is not talking to me. Anyway, them turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I've said enough about them already. Carter, you got one?
Let's move on. Can't think of anything.
Carry on. Best artist of the year, Carter. I think I already know where you're gonna go with this.
Yeah, because I've recommended several comics on here, not even off the strength of who was writing it, just because his art was A1. It's gonna be Pepe Larraz. Even though the writing in those books were good, because he was on Hickman's X-Men and stuff like that. But nah, dude, Pepe Larraz's art is just, bruh, it is too good. And I'm slowly but surely becoming a art snob. So I'm gonna need some of that man's art in the crib somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I don't know where.
Like I pulled up this because it's like one of the most recent things Pepe Larraz did. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Have you seen the design for the new Iron Man armor?
No, somebody brought that up in the chat earlier. I have not.
Yeah, the new Iron Man armor looks pretty fucking fire. I like it.
Okay.
But I will say this just to kind of show you what his art can look like uncolored. This is Pepe Larraz, no color, and it still looks amazing.
It makes me, it's hate, but it's sprinkled in with a lot of jealousy.
Yeah.
And with like a spoonful of admiration. Because I can't do any of that. Like every time you send me something that you've done, I get just as annoyed, but it's off of sheer jealousy because I can't do that.
I'll share something before we get out of here today. It's something it's not something I did digitally, it's something I did on paper. I don't know if I shared it before, but
so like if I don't ever mention anything about how good, like if I mention how great someone's art is, just know that like inside I am key jealous that I can't recreate any of what I'm saying.
Man.
I would be Greg Land out here. It just would be less porn stars.
Here's the thing. I will say this though, and I want to make sure people don't misinterpret what I said about Greg Land. I am all for using references. I use references all the time, but I do not trace them. That is all. Like I use a reference image that I'm looking at. The image is over there. The art is over here. Like I'm not putting one on top of the other. But for me,
that was supposed to be positive.
It was well, no. I would just explain. Yeah. Me. I'm a shade tree. Anyway, best artist of the year, Joshua Cassara for me.
We gotta put these back on because Ernie's showing his ass.
I'm sorry.
We gotta put the Just Deal. We gotta put the Just Deal with his back on.
You know what? I see people giving love to Joe Mad. I love Joe Mad, and Ludo Lullaby is really close to Joe Mad in style. For those who don't know the Battle Chasers comics, which actually now that I go back and think about it, that actually should have been my surprise of the years that comic actually came out.
I will never forgive that man for making y'all wait that damn long for y'all Battle Chasers. I ain't even read the book. I'm mad for y'all. I would never forgive Joe Mad.
Well, you really about to be mad because he I think the last issue put up was like 12 or 13, and they just said that the book is that it ended in arc, but they're like taking a break to do the next one, but like he said it won't take as long, but he said there are going to be like issues that are released and then there'll be a break, and kind of like how some other do. So
Brian K. Vaughan said the same thing, and what the fuck is Saga at right now? Stop.
I mean, but I get why it's that way because okay, so you know what I learned? I think I now know why it takes them a while to get that shit done. I was reading my one of the deluxe books of Saga. She paints a lot of the backgrounds. Like I was doing she did a breakdown of her entire page process, and when I read it, I was like, oh no, I now know why it takes y'all a while to get that shit out, because a lot of that shit she's painting, the backgrounds and shit. But no, getting back to it, Joshua Cassar, the artist for X-Men right now, has not done every single issue, but has done a lot of them as of late. His art's A1. I'm sorry, I can't. Yeah.
I don't know how y'all are able to just do that.
Says, where is that pic hosted? I mean, it's on my computer, but I got it from a Google image search, if that's what you're wondering. Okay. I don't remember the website that I got it from, though. It was like yeah. What happened to Power Boom?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither. That is a whole new one on me. On a computer or by hand. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you do it on a computer or by hand or not. Really? As I have been doing digital art, the only difference between, like, okay, here, I'll show you. So this is something, here, I'm gonna give myself the one for a moment, Carter.
Yeah.
This is something, let me do this. There you go. This is something I drew by hand. This does not look any different than anything I do, like, digitally. If I did this digitally, the only thing that would be different is that you wouldn't see the blue lines because I would have removed them. That's the only thing that changes. Yes, sir.
How many black markers how is your budget for that? How many black markers do you run through just looking at that?
That one is still the first one I've been using for the last month. But to be fair, I don't ink everything I draw, and I digitally ink a lot of things that I do. That's the only difference. Okay. I mean, it just is what it is. It's you can't. Like digital art, a lot of people think that it's cheating. A lot of people think that, oh, it's way easier. It is in some respects. The biggest difference to me between digital art and doing something analog is that I don't have to, I don't need an eraser. Like if I fuck up something, I just hit undo. And if I fuck up a line, I don't have to redraw it. I can just use the liquify tool and maybe bump it over, move it over a little bit. If I don't want to draw the same thing twice, I can copy and paste it and just move it over to this side and then just alter some things here and there, because that's what a lot of artists do. But it doesn't. It's a lot of people think it's like a cheat. It's not really. It's just another tool. But yeah, no problem. And like I said, I plan on doing more stuff, kind of like breaking down the inside baseball of it. I'm lazy.
No, I just always assumed it was more so what you said was like all that money that's probably being spent on pens and ink and all that good stuff. If you can recreate if you could recreate that exact same thing and save yourself from the just. Now I got to go buy this. Damn, they out. So how am I going to finish this? You can just do everything just right there. So, okay. It's pretty much what I assumed it was. Okay.
Look, let me.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to check this out. Okay. These are just some. These are just some of the things I use. I got white ink. This is my 05. I got a brush. I got a 01. I've got a couple of gray pens, couple of white pens. I got like the traditional kind of like with the nib pen. I've got blue pencils, like the non-photo or color erase, whatever you want to call it. And those are just duplicates of shit I already have, because I have more sitting right here. And then there's also this. This is my digital. This is the pen I use for everything when I work digitally. So, and it actually has replacement nibs for it as well. So, like I said, yeah, it's like one. Like I said, I'll do more videos like kind of showing that inside baseball stuff. And I've been planning to do more talking about the process and whatever. Do I do commissions? So here's a funny thing. I actually was doing commissions for the Nerd 901 extra live stream, which I think a couple of people donated for. Those people I'll be reaching out to, or you reach out to me and I will take care of you. I know who you are, so don't lie. But I was doing commissions raising for charity. I don't promise you color. I'll try to color it if I can, but my color is not great. I'm a novice when it comes to color. But getting back to it, and actually real quick, I do want to address, because LP 3 put out put out a super chat here, says, just want to congratulate the Cave on another great year and wish you both, Ernie and Carter, a happy new year. I'll be celebrating my 33rd birthday tomorrow. Oh, god damn, dude. So true story. You're in good company. That was my dad's birthday. Before he passed. So yeah, dude, that's a beautiful day to be a beautiful born day, and I wish you a happy birthday.
You can still say you're a young man.
Yes, you're still in a young man's game.
2 more years left of saying you a young man. You might even be able to stretch that 33 like I intend to do at 35. You might be able to stretch that 33 out a little bit more, but you got 2 more.
You got 2 more, and then shit gonna start breaking down. I promise you.
No, you just gonna get up. You gonna get out of bed one day. You gonna make that noise. It's gonna scare the shit out you. But it's about that time.
When you feel like your check engine light didn't come on, like when your car fuck up and like all the lights come on, like there'll be a day you get up and you gonna feel like that.
We also got Sidious Black in the Blerd Club Diamond Mine for 31 months. Good Lord.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Blerd and Carter, for a great year the Blerd gave. You guys kept my spirit lifted and positive all year. Here's me wishing for your continued success, fellas. You guys are like family to me.
Hey man, we appreciate you, Pen. Thank you for that. Thank you. Let's see here. It says, if you ink on the wrong paper, your lines will be messy on the Zoom unless you're going for that. Okay, so yeah, that is something that I want to actually. I just want to highlight something Melman said real quick, because this is actually true. I use Bristol board paper because like that is what I prefer. But yes, you are. He is also correct in that if you ink on the wrong paper, your lines will be messy when you zoom in on them. Unless you're going for that style. Now, I actually like Daniel Warren Johnson's style of inking because he's kind of messy. He's kind of messy with his inking and line work. And that's kind of how I am. I do dirty line art. And when I work digitally, where normally you see someone do a rough layout, then they do like the pencils, like more defined pencils, and then they ink it. And the pencils are almost as detailed as the inks. I don't work that way when I work digitally. I do a rough layout, and from the rough layout, I might do some slightly more defined pencils. And then I immediately go into full-on detail with the ink. Because when I work digitally, I and a lot of other artists I've talked to say the same thing. When they work digitally, they don't go. They cut out that more detailed pencil step unless they just want to do it that way. So that is something to consider. But yeah. But yes. Now getting back to it, Writer of the Year, Al Ewing is my pick for Writer of the Year. Al Ewing was out here writing some of the best stuff. His Avengers Incorporated, which sadly just got canceled, was fantastic. I think it was an amazing book that people were not giving a chance to. And I hope he gets to pick it up back somewhere later, because he does often do that, callbacks to other stories in his other books. His Defenders Beyond was great. His X-Men Red was great. Pretty much everything that man touched was gold. And yeah, honestly, he's like, there are other writers out there that I thought were great. But man, Al Ewing he always hit. Carter, who you got?
Philip Kennedy Johnson. He did something that I did not think was possible. He made me give a damn about Superman.
See, that was Joshua Williamson for me, and Peter Tomasi. But no, Philip Kennedy. I know, I'll be fair. Philip Kennedy Johnson made me give a shit about Action Comics.
Okay.
I normally do not read Action Comics.
Okay. See, and I was on the other end of the spectrum to where I did not care about Batman proper, but I was quick to read Detective Comics.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so yeah,
no,
I feel you
100%.
on that one. But yeah, Action Comics, and you're actually right. But just Action Comics and Superman as a whole, and now what he's doing with Jon Stewart, it's making me, it's doing what it's supposed to do in the sense of it's making me want to read everything else that this man has written. So
Dude, I promise you will not be disappointed.
okay.
Did you read his most did you read the most recent the end of the Super Family art for Action Comics? I can't remember if I asked you this earlier. It was good. At least from what I heard. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it was good.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's supposed to be like the end of the
you know
era.
what? Yes, but yeah,
Yeah.
Superman. He did a phenomenal job with Superman. He's doing great with Jon Stewart. I am absolutely enjoying his Hulk, even though that little girl is getting on my damn nerves.
Yeah, I forgot about his
I'm really
Hulk.
enjoying
I
it.
forgot about his Hulk. Yeah, thank you for bringing that back up.
Hulk was really good.
Let's go to our next one. We've got Best Colorist of the Year. This one, we're going to be going back to some traveled ground, but I'm giving it to the color goat, in my opinion. Mike Spicer, who's a name that is synonymous with Daniel Warren Johnson because they work together on pretty much everything.
Okay.
And I love Mike Spicer because he uses it's difficult to notice at first, but his style is watercolor.
Okay.
And I love it because it works. He makes it work. It's like a watercolor style, and it's beautiful. Like he used it in Wonder Woman Dead Earth. He uses it on Transformers. He uses it on Do a Power Bomb. And I wish I don't have this in my life. But like I want to be like Daniel Warren Johnson when I grow up. I want to have someone in my life who is a colorist, who likes coloring my work and does it really well. Because I fucking hate it. Those you probably didn't even notice. In the thumbnail, the golden man in the middle, which is actually supposed to be the Blerd Award, the actual like physical manifestation of a Blerd Award. I drew that and colored it. I fucking hated every second of coloring that thing. But that said, moving on. Or do you have a colorist? I don't know if you had a pick for a colorist of the year.
No.
I honestly,
I'm gonna
I assumed you would say Mike Spicer if just based on just off the strength of Daniel Warren Johnson himself.
Yeah. But best overall creative team. Now this was. Let's do cover artist first. Let's do cover. Oh, I didn't know you did cover artist.
Yeah.
See, this is gonna be easy for me.
Oh, then there you go. Go ahead and give yours then.
Alex Ross. Alex
Easy.
Ross, man.
Yeah. Oh, well, no. So you jest, but here, let me pull this up because I forgot to put it in the folder. But yeah, in a year where Alex Ross is out here doing covers, I'm sorry. Like his Fantastic Four covers have been great too, and I'm just like, like I would have given it to Ryan Stegman maybe, or like a Pepe Larraz, because Pepe Larraz does covers too. But man, Alex Ross is the GOAT. If Alex Ross is regularly doing covers, he's probably gonna win this award. I'm not gonna lie. Now we do creative team of the year. Who you got?
Who you got?
Oh man, y'all are gonna get mad at me. X-Men Red. X-Men Red is sweeping. It's sweeping. No, X-Men Red was my creative team of the year because everything came together so perfectly. Everything came together so perfectly. Al Ewing, Stefano Caselli, Jacopo Camagni, Yildiray Chinar, Federico Blee, Ariana Mayer, like all that together. It worked. It worked. It was a perfect fit. And I want people to understand, when I say like overall creative team, I'm talking about like, I'm not just talking about one thing or versus another. I'm talking about the entire picture came together to tell a story that was everything it needed to be. Oh, yeah. As Mel said, Alex Ross is goated because damn, I know his hand hurt. Well, because I want to say Alex Ross does some things digitally, but I know for a fact he paints. Like he paints. Like he does a lot of his shit by hand. So that's why you don't get interiors from Alex Ross. It would take forever. It would take fucking forever. Let's see here. Let's do best antagonist of the year. And this will be easy. I'm giving it to Charlotte Cutter of Something is Killing the Children. I love this image of her because like she is so fucking angry right now.
Okay.
But no, if you read Something's Killing Children, you know Charlotte Cutter is a whole fucking problem. But no, she is the central antagonist of the recent arcs of Something's Killing the Children. She is from the rival House of Cutter, and unlike the House of Slaughter, who generally try to protect humanity from monsters, they will kill humans, if they need to cover something up.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like just willy-nilly kill people. Charlotte Cutter, who is supposed to be protecting humanity, not her. She will kill people. One of your first introductions to her is someone making fun of her doll. Because, like, all the hunters have dolls. They're or usually, it's not always a doll, but some of them have dolls. And the dolls house the monsters that originally killed their families. A woman makes fun of her doll, and she kills her for it. She's not a monster. She's not a threat to the truth about monsters of the House of Cutter or the House of Slaughter. It was just a bitch who was talking shit. Killed her. Straight up. She was like, you know what? Hold on one moment. Went in the bathroom, followed the old girl to the bathroom, and then broke her off. But no, she was just a whole monster. She used every dirty, dastardly trick she could humanly come up with to get to Erica Slaughter, and it was... And the fight between them at the end is fucking visceral. Like, because these aren't superheroes. These are, for the most part, normal people.
Okay.
And they are having like when they fight, I could literally hear Jim Ross in the background saying, "It's a slobber knocker." Like your business is about to pick up. Like that, like it was always like some like just wild ass motherfuckers giving each other dragon punches and headbutts and fucking backspin kicks and like just holding each other down and just punching the shit out of each other, elbowing UFC style. Yeah, but she was great. She was a character who the whole time I'm like, man, when are they gonna kill this bitch? But yeah, there you go. Do you have an antagonist of the year?
Two words. Hank McCoy.
Booyah.
Hank McCoy was a menace this year.
Man. No, stop. Birdtown Music Group. I just saw.
God, not Paul. Not Paul. No.
Paul. Paul is the real villain of
much to the chagrin of OG, I want things to always be the same comic book dorks. Hank McCoy was a great antagonist this year.
Oh, man.
Without question. With it still being Beast in a sense where that's still Hank McCoy. It's just he kind of he turned up a little bit.
Just a teensy bit.
I have loved this change that they have done with that character. Just because it's so surprising. And I remember the first time I actually told somebody like Beast is a problem. They're like, Beast? Hank McCoy? The nerd? The blue dude in his drawers? Like that was where their mind went. And then when they read the book themselves, they were just tripping because bro, this is Beast doing it. So it was just what we got from that X book and the subsequent Wolverine book with Hank McCoy. It was just wow, it was chef's kiss. It was great. It was great.
Oh no, it was fantastic.
I am somebody who I like when stuff like this happens, when we have a different kind of somebody will take a character and just kind of tweak it a little bit. Just a different characterization, a different going somewhere you did not think they would go. I'm always a fan of that if it's done well. I don't like for things to be the same old, same old. That's why everybody makes that joke that I'm really annoyed that they're going back to that damn mansion. But I like growth and I like when things change. So the fact that Beast, this is still the same Beast, it's just he is sick and tired. He's sick and tired of being sick and tired, and he finna go this way. It was really fun to read. It was really fun to see happen.
I know. I loved
those
it.
issues.
Oh, and the stuff they're doing right now. Oh man.
I was not expecting to see him, and then he just with the scope out. I was like, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. This shows how nasty I am. When I saw him with the scope, he had everybody lined up. You know, I started thinking. I said, that man got the Sparks sniper.
Yeah.
This man got the Sparks sniper. And he about to bop. Yeah, he about to bop somebody. And all you gonna hear is that grapefruit. And,
oh yeah. Yeah. They got Hank McCoy out here playing Tarkov with Taco and them just trying to stroke somebody in the ice. Yeah, dude.
I love it.
You can't tell me there was not a better antagonist.
Nah.
Hank McCoy this year, man. It was wild.
He acted a whole monkey. He acted a whole fucking monkey. Let's go to our best protagonist. I actually am going to go X-Men this route.
Mm-hmm.
This was the year of Storm.
Damn right.
This was the year of Storm. Storm was out here this year. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Dude, Storm had the best storytelling, the most baller moments. Mm-hmm. And everywhere she went, even when she hopped over to Immortal Thor, she was great. She was fantastic. She did everything she needed to do. She was always consistent. And I feel like honestly we have been getting just in the last little bit. Storm has been getting and I think I said this in a video for X-Men Red, the final issue of the series, that I don't think Storm has ever been written this well before, ever in life. I mean, I'm including even the Claremont days. She is like, honestly, I feel like, and I used to joke about this all the time. I feel like every time Al Ewing wrote Storm, it was Storm Appreciation Day. He was constantly putting respect on Storm's name every time, every issue. He never, even when Storm needed to be made to look weak, he still found ways to keep her strong. He found ways to not like, we always call like like in wrestling, you always say, if the baby face loses, you need to make sure the baby face still looks strong. And that's what he did every time with her. Storm was protected. And I loved it because she was protected. She was still allowed to lose the strap sometimes, but she never looked like she was weak because of it. And I love that. But yeah, do you have one?
Honestly, and I'm being 100% candid with you.
Yeah.
With everything that you just said, I don't want to say mine now. Because not because of any kind of embarrassment or anything like that, but it's just like everything you said, like I just want it left on that because you are not lying. There's no bullshit in anything that you said. Like Aurora Monroe, like, and I know this is for the fellas, but she was him this year. Like Aurora Monroe was him.
Oh yeah,
like, without question. So I just honestly want to leave it there, just because, like, man, like I for somebody who has been reading comics for so long, like I have never seen Storm put on the pedestal of where she is right now. So not even being funny, not even off some embarrassment or anything like that, but it's just like, like everything that you just said, like that, those were amazing. Those were absolute points.
Oh man, she was great.
She can be up there by herself. That is, man.
Look, at Vulcan, go at if you want to know how bad Storm is, go ask Vulcan. She mugged that man in his face. Ice grilled him and everything. Oh, let's go to best imprint of the year.
Now we have to keep things positive, so I'm gonna let
Yes.
you have best imprint of.
Ooh, I get best imprint. Okay, all right. Well, I would say it's gonna be no surprise. It's Image Comics.
You know why it's Image Comics?
Why?
Because Marvel and DC are bad, and comics are failing, and they're getting their asses kicked by Marvel. That's why he said. God damn it! I wish you hadn't laughed. I could have kept a straight face till you laughed. I could have kept a straight face through all of that. God damn it!
Oh my god! Well, no,
Go ahead.
it just Image Comics had it all, man. Image Comics had it all. They had Philadelphia. They had Kill Your Darlings. They had Local Man. They had oh my god, why am I blanking on the names? Oh, the Cull. They had the Cull. Like literally, like the only thing. They got Transformers. They got Void Rivals. They got Duke, Cobra Commander on the way. It's just like honestly, they had the biggest cache of comics that were just lights out good. Like everything. I think Ed Brubaker just dropped some new heat over there. Not too long ago. I forgot Firepower, which is still like I think it's like literally just about to end over there at Image Comics. And I feel like they just get it. They just get it. Oh, the Schlub. I forgot about the Schlub. And Vanish. Like I said, KLC stuff. They literally just keep dropping heat after heat after heat after heat. Even though Radiant Black has kind of been in some weird places right now, Radiant Black, Inferno Girl Red, Rogue Sun.
Apparently, all of them are still hidden. Still hidden, but people don't like what they did with Radiant Black. I'm not mad at them for that.
Yeah. It's because they're technically they're kind of playing both sides against the middle. Because what they're doing is they had the whole vote thing. So they released. So now what they've been doing is they release like a issue. Was it like an issue 26 and like a issue 26B and 27A, 27B. Like they've been doing that now, and I feel like I honestly kind of wish they would have just leaned into it, like just going all in one way. But I don't envy what they had to do. I don't envy it. I forgot about the Dead Lucky. And Saga, when it is running, it is good.
Shit, don't forget about No One.
Yeah, No One. Yep, No
One. They
just
just did another one of those. They did one for the Shift this week, or it was the week prior. So it's because Image is able to do several different universes, but it all be Image. As opposed to Marvel, where it's a main one and then they have to do another imprint to do something else. Image just got everything in the same pot. And if they want to pull from this and bring it over here, a good example would be Philadelphia right now.
Yeah.
That's its own little thing. But if they want to go and they want to grab Spawn, they can grab Spawn. Invincible used to do it. They had someone to go get, if you want to see a Savage Dragon and Tech Jacket and them come back over to Invincible, you could do that. So it's because they're able to do their own thing. But if need be, and it all makes sense when they do it. So I think those are valid reasons.
Yeah,
anyone would.
Oh, did you know they got a Stray Dogs follow? Well, I don't know if it's a follow up, but like the team, they got a new book coming up.
It's not a sequel or anything like that. It's more so like think like American Horror Story,
right? Like anthology style.
Because I was telling one of my homegirls about it because I'm trying to get her to read Stray Dogs because the sequel series it's revolving around cats, but they said Tony Fleeks is doing it more so like think like The Walking Dead, but with the Aristocats. Okay,
yeah. That's gonna be wild. I want that. Also, I didn't get to say this earlier, but KX1980, thank you for the 100 biddies over there on Twitch. We appreciate you, pimp. Thank you. Let's see here. We have got what's our next one here? The comic. This is the final one, y'all. The comic of the year.
I left this one now, Ernie, because that was too hard to do.
There were too many good ones. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all are gonna see a repeat player on here. And I am gonna give it to the Ninja Turtles. Giving it to them Turtles. The Turtles were just that good. I'm sorry. They're that fucking good. The Turtles are that fucking good. I'm sorry.
Wow.
The Turtles are that good. Like the and I know some people might be confused because like you'd be like, well, wait a minute, you gave best overall creative team to X-Men Red. Why is it not X-Men Red? Here's the thing. Best overall creative team is just for like, once again, it has nothing to do with like any one individual person. Like I can like aspects of a comic that is absolutely positively just downright just fucking amazing. And like I almost gave this to Something's Killing the Children. I almost did. It actually was originally penciled in as Something's Killing the Children because the book has just been that great. But Ninja Turtles just been that consistent. It's been that consistent. It's an amazing comic. This is just like and when I say best comic of the year, I mean literally just best. This is the series, period. It has just been that consistent. Coming out of Armageddon Game, Sophie Campbell has literally just been nailing every aspect of the Turtles. She gets it. She gets it. She understands what makes the Turtles great. And honestly, I'm not surprised by this because Sophie Campbell, she originally worked on Jim in the Holograms comic, which was really fucking good.
Okay.
Yeah, she did the Jim and the Holograms comic. Well, she did the art for the comic with and Kelly Thompson was writing, and then eventually Sophie took over, I think, like Jim overall. A lot of people don't know this, and I don't feel like it's putting her business out there, but a lot of people don't realize Sophie Campbell was working on the Turtles comics even before her 50-issue run, because then she was under a different name because she transitioned in that time frame. I think it was originally like Scott Campbell or something like that. Not to dead name her or anything, but like, but she's trans. She's a trans woman. And she's been doing art off and on for the Turtles since before and after. But only recently, with this last 50 some odd issues that have been coming out or about to be out, she has been writing the Turtles. Now, granted, Kevin Eastman is still like providing notes and script suggestions and things of that nature, but Sophie Campbell is the one who is literally holding the pen and writing everything out, and helping direct the overall narrative. And she just does a fantastic job of it. And the art on it is always been pretty damn fucking solid. The Turtles overall has just been a great book, period. And I love the fact that even when like they were transitioning from Tom Waltz over to Sophie Campbell, I felt like nothing changed. And I will say like nothing changed, like as in like, oh, it's still same old. But no. I felt as though nothing was lost, if that makes any sense. That said, the fifth turtle, yeah, the fifth turtle is Jenica. That is no, not J. You think about J. Scott Campbell. Think about J. Scott Campbell. No. That's J. Scott Campbell. I have to hold up. I can just look it up because it's literally, I think it's literally in this book. I might, like I said, I would have to look it up just to. I know like her last name didn't change, but like her first name was different. Her first name was different then. I would have to look it up. It is not something that like I committed to memory because I generally don't commit the dead names of people to memory because that just seems like an awful thing to always want to remember. Yes. You heading out, kiddo? Sorry, I was talking to my kid. Come on in. Yeah, I can't find it. But Carter, do you want to take the con just for a few seconds? I'm gonna say goodbye to my kid. She's getting ready to go head out for the day. Come here.
Okay,
Come over here.
This is a celebration. Bring little mama on the award show to say what up to the peoples.
Hey, say hey to everybody. Here, you can talk to the mic. Here you go.
Hi.
What are you getting ready to go do?
Go to S's house.
He's like, you just said that so matter of fact. Just go to Essay's house. Hey, give me my kisses. Give me my mwah. Mwah. Give me a big one. Mwah. Love you. Have fun. Be good. Go do your things. Tell Essay I said hi. Anyway.
We live for moments like these.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know what? I would definitely say we would normally, if this was a normal Blur Cave, we would be doing like questions and stuff of that nature. We're not going to do that this week. We'll do it when we come back. Actually, maybe next week, because depending on how that show goes, we might skip that week as well. So if you have questions, keep them locked and loaded. We'll probably do like a big dump of questions next time we come back, because I don't expect the next one to be like a long thing. I hope. Okay. We'll see. Anyway, it's not a Blerd Cave proper. This is the Blerd Awards. So I'm doing them as like a separate show altogether. But that said, that was everything. Comic of the Year, Ninja Turtles. We had a lot of other good stuff that was on this list. Everything you can pretty much treat as a recommendation from us, because obviously it wouldn't have won an award if we didn't like it. Yeah. So
this was a show of fucking recommendations is what this was.
This was basically like, you talk about recommended for the week. This is recommended for the year. It's recommended for the year, god damn it. But no, I love you all, and I thank you all so much. This is the last show of the year, and I hope that you all are just taking it easy. Oh, we got Frostradamus with the Brawler Cub goal. Here, we're going to answer this real quick because we got a little thing here. It says, hey, guys, just want to say I love you all, and I try to never miss a stream. All the best to you and yours for the new year. Thank you, Frostradamus, for that. Thank you for the 8 months of the Blerd Club. And, dude, thank you. I want to say, same. I hope you are having I hope this year was good to you. I hope next year is even better. Have a safe new year. And that goes for everybody here. I want everybody to have a good weekend. Be safe out there, please.
Please have a safe new year.
Please.
If you're going to do something wild, stay in the house, but still be safe.
Yeah, because like I said, it's crazy out there, man. I'm not going out for New Year's. We're staying in the house. I have you can't see it. There's a shit ton of fireworks behind me because we just went and bought fireworks. We're going to be doing those very safely as well. And I'll be working on other stuff and drawing and reading and writing and whatever else, the rest of the rest. But I just want to say thank you all for making stuff like this possible. And Carter, do you have anything? You have anything going on this weekend? Are you gonna be doing any streaming? Because I know you did some the other day, but like, are you gonna do any? Well, I know you say
I can't do nothing right now.
That's right.
That keyboard acted a fool earlier. So that keyboard is unplugged right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, well, just keep it locked, because like I said, we got plenty of stuff that's on the horizon. And like I said, I wish you all a happy new year. And you know what? We got a hot 20. We got a hot 20 from Sir Barrington Edwards, Esquire. Let's go.
Happy New Year, brothers. Thank you. Ernie, come Zoom to my graphic novels course.
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, you have to shoot me the you have to shoot me a link, man. Yeah. Because like I said, I love learning stuff. So
yes.
See
you all next year. We are getting nobody except me saying that 100K is coming. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Slowly but surely. Like, you know what? I was hoping we would get it for the end of the year, but you know what? We're getting it next year. I don't give a fuck. We're getting it next year. And you know what? I believe in it. I believe in us. I believe in what we do. And you know what? For Carter Presents, I am the Blerd without fear. Happy New Year.
Bye.